Hello, hello, and dare I even say the words of greetings. Greetings. Anybody else? Probably not. Honestly, if you don't have that as something in your mind, it probably means you're the healthy ones, like you'll be led into the gates of Valhalla and I won't. Because what I am referencing is, of course, Winston Overwatch, aka the silly little monkey guy. Hold on, I just got a notification on my phone. Somebody asked me if I'm watching soccer right now. Unfortunately, I am not. Actually, let me rephrase that. Fortunately, I am not. I know that it probably... Hold on. Holy, dude. I've got so many notifications on... I've got so many notifications from my channel. Can people stop watching my videos, dude? It's fucking weird. Like, you know, I upload these things just for myself, right? Like, this is just me playing with myself. This is my government mandated I have to talk to myself every now and then. Otherwise, the voices win. Let me finish setting up my chat side of stuff. Hello, everybody, and I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. That's right. He knows what day of the week it is. That's how you know I'm different from most streamers. It is kind of insane. If you're a full-time streamer, does the day of the week even matter to you? I mean, I guess maybe if some of them take off on the weekends, I guess it would matter then. But if you're a full-time streamer, shouldn't you not take off on the weekends, though? Wouldn't that be the worst time to take off? Because that's when everybody wants something to watch, right? I mean, I understand that it's rich coming from you, seeing as you take off every weekend. Yeah, obviously, I view myself as above others, duh. But like, if I was doing this full time, I feel like the weekends are one of the most optimal days to stream because the most people are just like home, right? Like, I understand that you're gonna say no, people go out and do stuff on the weekends, but I don't think that people who would average tune into a Twitch stream for a couple hours on end are the ones who are going out and getting drunk on the weekends. I just don't, the Venn diagram between those two are two separate circles, you know? And you gotta understand you're advertising to a very certain one of those circles, and it's not the ones getting drunk. That's precisely the opposite of who you're looking for. But dude, before I went live, I was watching a bunch of streamers are playing Street Fighter 6 right now. I think there's a tournament, like an AT&T, a sponsored tournament thing, right? And that's about to happen where they're inviting a bunch of casual people in. And it made me realize that we really do live in a very unjust world. Because if the world was fair, right, everybody would only watch fighting games. They're the most optimal thing to watch, period. You don't have to know what's going on in the game at all. In fact, it might be even better if you don't know the mechanics of what's going on. Because you're just watching two dudes beat the ever-loving shit out of each other until one of their health bars hits 0, and then the other one gets to say, I win. And that's awesome. By the way, why are we unlocking all of these? Figure why not? They're probably going to be very helpful on later ones, but like as of right now, I don't know. What's this one need? More burned husks? Oh, all of these just cost burned husks. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have just gone all in on using them, but at least now I finally know what the burned husks are used for. Now this stream, we're gonna start it off retreading a little bit of ground. Hello everybody, I'm Salted Slices, my first time being live. Okay, probably not that much ground. Thank you. Comedy Gold? Well, I prefer Comedy AU, but I suppose that's just because I know the periodic table, unlike most. No, not the Hunter's Hub. I went to the wrong place. Sorry, I wanted to go pick up... We should have a bunch of sap plants that I was having them go gather for us, because then we should be able to get more bomb casings, which means we can make more trank bombs and capture more stuff. Sap casing, or sap plants are, I believe, the only limiter we have now, because everything else is just kind of like unlimited. We can buy tranquilizer at the store. That's why so many people are getting high on trank. Like, that is a real thing, by the way. I'm not trying to downplay that that does happen. But can we talk about how insane of a real thing that is? Like, you could say any drug that somebody would turn to is an insane thing, right? By the way, I'm going to be trying to keep my volume down a little bit throughout this stream, trying to tune it in to just talking at like a normal level. and having the microphone a little bit closer to me. I think that ever since I got my new computer, the fan is louder next to me, and it amplifies my volume and makes me feel like I need to talk over it, which I think is why I've been talking a lot louder. Because as I was listening back to a couple of my older streams, I was like, well, how come I was never that loud there? And I think it was strictly due to the fact that I didn't have a loud noise in my ear. Maybe, I don't know. Look, it doesn't really matter. But what was I saying? Well, to go back to the fighting game one, which I don't know if I ever finished. Dude, even if you've never watched a video game in your life, right? You could put on Street Fighter 6 in front of your father and play an Evo level match and say all they're trying to do is this guy is trying to beat the shit out of this guy and the other person is trying to beat them first. And even your dad who doesn't play video games would look at that and go, I understand. Now he might say, how come they're able to do all these big flashy moves? Sure, but he'd understand, you'd get the point immediately. You can't, it's like only fighting games have that level of, yeah, I get it. Every other game, to try and explain it to somebody what they're watching, except for maybe like FIFA or Madden, but I don't think that anybody's, like, are you watching somebody else play FIFA or Madden? Wouldn't you rather just play the game yourself? With fighting games, I can get it. There's a lot of really hard to execute maneuvers, but isn't FIFA like one button is kick and you click that button and then the other person's goalie blocks it and you go, okay, well, hopefully within the next 2 hours we're playing this game, I'll be able to score a single one. And then also there's like a lot of gambling that goes on. Okay, hold on. First aid meds. Why would, don't care. Flash bombs, also don't care. Easy life powder, don't care because it's easy. Dung pods are pretty good. Counter-Strike is also like that. Counter-Strike's also like that to a certain degree. I would agree with that, but I do think that none of them match. What's the difference between this? Oh, 10 minutes after and 5 minutes after. Oh. Perform the oh yeah gesture for 3 trank bombs. Wait, that's absurd. That's what we're gonna do from now on then. That's so free. I can do that gesture at any moment I choose. But I don't know, man. There's just something. That's why I don't think we live in a, because people would rather watch League of Legends competitive. All right, go explain League of Legends to your grandmother and see if she can understand what's happening. You could explain Street Fighter 6 in 2 sentences. These two guys want to beat each other. You can look at their health bars up top as they deplete. And then she's locked in. From that moment on, she's like, okay, who are we cheering for? And you can say like the big green guy who has lightning on the left. His name is Blanca. And then she'll go, got it, got it. She doesn't need to know why he has lightning. Doesn't matter. It's all about just, okay, I understand. One of them will end with a caved in skull and the other one walks away the victor. But instead, yeah. I mean, I guess really what I'm just trying to illustrate here is that why do people play MOBAs, man? I'm one of them. And I couldn't answer the question that I've posed. I've played probably, I don't know, there's a website that tracks how long your time wasted on League, and I remember mine was pretty substantial compared to a lot of my friends. Son of a bitch. I forgot the cold drinks, didn't I? I forgot the fucking cold drinks, man. Ugh. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, but fighting games are very simple. Just 2 dudes beating the fuck out of each other. It's as oonga boonga as it can get. Well, that's why I say, like, that's the most just world we could ever live in, is that's the only game that people want to watch. Even Monster Hunter, right? Like, if the point of your game and how it works is entirely described within the title of the game, you've got an awesome game on your hand with a winning formula. Monster Hunter, you're not gonna believe what they do in this game. They hunt monsters, dude. Street Fighter, they don't fight the street, but they do fight on it. That's how you know you've got a real winner. When I can just be like, yep, that does describe the game aptly. While we're at it, by the way, let's just like buy and send a box so I've got extra cool drinks for later. I liked Heroes of the Storm a lot. I noticed you had to put past tense on that. Did Blizzard stop supporting the game or did you stop playing it? It could go either way, by the way. I'm not trying to say which way it does go. The only time I ever played Heroes of the Storm was way back in the day to get the police officer diva skin, because you know me, I love cops so much. Actually, no, I think there was a Genji skin they did first, and then after that they did the diva skin, if I'm remembering right. This was ages ago though. This was back when we were blissfully unaware. We were like, Blizzard's such a great company. Little did we know. Mere moments from then, the stories of the fridge would be untold to us. And I don't think anybody's ever looked at them the same way since. I guess we'll go heroics. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what we get. Dude, it must have been the most embarrassing thing of all time. Now, I have no sympathy in my heart for him, by the way. I know that I'm saying it was very embarrassing. There's absolutely zero things that could make me like actually feel bad for him. Could you imagine being the dude who took your coworker's breast milk and then everyone's posting online about you? That's gotta sting. Now, yet again, you stole a coworker's breast milk out of a fridge. I'm not crying you a river or anything. I'm just saying that is a entirely unique experience that only that guy has ever felt. The entire internet making fun of you for stealing somebody's breast milk. I don't think anybody else will ever experience that, honestly. That's an insane... It's Homelander, man. We have the real life Homelander, and only he knows, except, you know, minus the superpowers that made the power dynamic very strange for Homelander. Aside from that, it's the real life Homelander. Granted, I also have not seen the more recent seasons. Perhaps he stops. Maybe he atones, you know? Maybe we're all cool with Homelander now. That seems very likely. By the way, he's got to try a little bit harder than that, right? So, where we left off last time, I killed him on accident when we had to capture him. So, I just kind of want to run it back because, like, nobody beats Salted Slices twice except for my hand. And that's true. God, everything, you just tink off everything, huh? He really is just one big old block of obsidian. Guy suspiciously mistaken a milk stored in a baby bottle as a coffee creamer. Well, I'm pretty sure that it was like labeled as breast milk. Now, I do think that that does beg another question. What were the working conditions like at Blizzard where somebody did have to keep breast milk in a fridge? Just maybe give them maternity leave, guys. Maybe if she's still ripe, primed, and ready like that, just give her like a couple more days off. Just my thoughts on it, obviously. I know that Overwatch had to go on a 4-year hiatus for absolutely zero reason, so they were probably pretty pressed for time at that point. And you might say, no, it wasn't for no reason. It was to develop the PvE that they would then later scrap, which I guess you're right. It was for that mainly. Hold on, let me make sure we... Oh, that's a weird-ass attack. Okay. I know, I understand now that it's a full body tackle, but for whatever reason, I couldn't read it at the time. I thought he was going to whip his tail around like a chain there. That was, in fact, not the case. Now, if I was working at Blizzard and I noticed that somebody was taking the breast milk from the fridge, this is where I would be my own vigilante of justice. What would I do? I would simply go to the bathroom, come back with my own suspiciously white-shaped thing, white-shaped liquid, you know what I mean? Put it in the fridge and label it as the breast milk, and see how long until he's like, I'm not doing that anymore. Now, it is possible that he'll be like, oh, I was out here looking for copper and I've stumbled upon gold. But I just don't think that's the case. I think that it being breast milk mattered a lot to him. I don't think he'd feel exactly the same if it was Salted Slices milk. You're just hard to fight, Agnactor. You got a cool design, though. I'll give him that. Still, I stand by what I said in last stream when I first saw him. which is he does really look like that one creature from Ice Age 2, specifically like the drowning. I can't remember. Was Ice Age 2 the one where everything was going like underwater? I think it was. I say it as though I've got a bunch of Ice Age 2 fans in the chat. Sorry, Ice Age. Well, I was gonna say the trilogy, but didn't they make one where they all went to space? So I don't know. What is it when it's 4-piece as a film? Like, I know it's selling out, that's obvious, but I don't think we just call it that. Because I don't think there's ever been, and this goes for Star Wars too, because people are gonna say, what about Star Wars? Has there ever been a film where a 4th one was really necessary? I really don't think so. I guess if you want to get really technical, you could say Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, but The Hobbit deserved to be one film. We saw what happened with that. All right, good shit. It was very, I know, the story's been told 100 million times. Almost more than the actor for Aragorn actually breaking his toe on that helmet. I just can't imagine being an exec and saying, hey, what if for the shortest entry in the entire book series, we made the longest possible film we could? That's insane. That's an absurd idea. I know that money matters a lot in Hollywood, shockingly. I know you thought everything was for the love of the game, like they're making this next Mission Impossible because they really want to. I know technically it is on a cliffhanger right now, by the way, you don't have to tell me. My family's watching Mission Impossible, the new one, when it comes out, okay? So you don't have to tell me that, well, it's because the last one ended with them only having one half of the key, but the other half is still at the bottom of the Russian submarine that's been submerged underwater. I know. Oh, you don't have to put me on Mission Impossible lore. All right, I've seen every single one of them. But even me seeing all of them, would I say in my heart of hearts that it's ever needed this many entries? No, I would not. That'd be just like lying. All right, swap weapons here. Get ready to dodge. If you can dodge a wrench. I don't even know what you're doing. I don't even know who you are anymore. Okay. Oh, you actually landed. I was waiting for him to do his roar with his breath. Now we do have to dodge because the little one. Okay. Well, Fast and Furious is still going strong. Yeah, but like, if you're a big Fast and Furious fan, close your ears right now. That is falling into the category of greed. I understand that the family keeps growing. I don't think that it's needed to keep growing for a while. What's this going on my left side of my screen currently? Follower goal met, 200 out of 200. Holy shit. We're at 200 followers on Twitch now. Now, YouTube, don't look down at my subscribe count and be like, what's so big about 200? Fuck you. It's way harder to grow. How would you prepare the monster that you are hunting as a meal for your friends? This one? All right. We've got, first of all, what was your favorite episode of Delicious in Dungeon? But then I will get to answering your question. I think that with a guy like him, you just kind of turn him into a sushi roll, right? For sure. I mean, look at that. He's sushi roll shaped already. He's asking to be made into one. Also, he's fucking me up right now because I'm trying to find a spot where I can drink my cold drink in peace. Thank God. No one can stop me from cracking open a cold one over here. I always felt like Fast and Furious was too fast and too furious. What'd you think of Tokyo Drift? Because I feel like that was the one that really got a lot of people saying, okay, maybe Fast and Furious isn't all bad. Now, if I was Vin Diesel, I'd be a little bit insulted that that's the one that made everybody say that because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he even appears in that movie, does he? I don't remember him appearing at all. It's also got Tokyo Drift was 2 Tokyo and 2 Drift. Nah, that's the one Fast and Furious movie where if somebody says they actually did really like it, I'm like, I understand where you're coming from. Maybe the first Fast and Furious is good junk food. And if you still like them now, I hope you acknowledge that they're junk food. I hope you don't look at the Fast and Furious movies and tell yourself you're watching cinema. Because, like, I think it's fine to watch junk food. My family loves Jason Statham movies. Not a single one of those could I tell you the name of the character he plays. In The Beekeeper, I know he plays a beekeeper. That's really all I've got for you. So I think there's nothing wrong with liking a junk food style movie, as long as you can acknowledge in your heart of hearts that that is junk food that you're enjoying. It pisses me off when people act like the trash they like is actually good. It's okay to like trash, just call it trash. It's like if McDonald's is your favorite place to go for food, I'm not gonna make fun of you and say that place is horrible for food, as long as you go, I know it's trash food, but it like just brings me a little bit of comfort, I like it. Then that's all you need to say. However, we're not gonna be acting as though it's some kind of special place. Let me put you on my secret spot, pulls up to the local McDonald's. What you're gonna wanna do is order the 20-piece nugget. That's what really makes me different. Do you guys think we have him weak, by the way? I'm not really sure yet. I feel like I've been fucking him up really, really hard. But maybe that's just from my perspective. See, because that's gotta hurt. There's no shot he doesn't feel that one. And now his whole back is kind of covered in his orange Fanta. Speaking of McDonald's, hold on. When I was a kid, my favorite thing from a McDonald's was a high C orange. Dude, I feel like if I had a high C orange now, my heart would fail from the amount of sugar in it. And I used to be crushing those 2-3 times a week. I really was just built different as a kid. What do I mean by built different? Round, mainly. Okay. I'm just gonna trust him not to pop up on me. My goat. We had an understanding of each other. All right. Wait for him to pop up again before I drink another one. Max High C, pink lemonade, Sprite, witness of God. Why don't more places have zero sugar Sprite? It's one of those sodas that tastes verbatim, one for one, exactly the same as its sugar-filled part, and yet nobody likes serving it at all. It's like it's a taboo in the fast food world to even consider having zero sugar Sprite or Starry or Sierra Mist. It's probably already pre-cooked, so some sort of steak. I guess that's true. He does have a marinade on him for sure. Agnactor knows that you're gonna eat him, is I guess what I'm saying. It's in the name. I'd be kind of upset if they did drag racing in Brazil when the movie was named Tokyo Drift. Yeah, but like, what if it was Vin Diesel was taking a vacation, you know? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in the movie still as almost a final boss. A health bar appears at the end of the movie and Vin Diesel walks out. Said, aren't you forgetting about family? Do you guys think he's weak yet? We could try a capture, because I do feel like I've been fucking him up really heavily. So I'm down. Fuck me. Taking a lot of damage there. Let's see what we've got. We've got enough trank bombs, because normally it's just 2 trank bombs, right? Drink one of these. If it's only 2 trank bombs, which it is most of the time, as far as hit the fucking deck on that one. Oh, I mean, he just destroyed a civilization somewhere else. Honestly, I take no responsibility for that one. See, because you're exhausted, right? You don't get exhausted unless you're close to death. With that said, a couple more love taps for you. Okay, my fault, honestly. That was immature. I should have known. Also, hello, King. How are you on this fine day? I've seen a lot of the Marvel Rivals are giving out like a free skin right now, right? I do want to play that. Now, you might say, why are you playing this instead? We have schedules around these, but you're fucking kidding that doesn't put you in a trap. Turn around. You absolute fool. You imbecile. What's this over here? Whoa, I guess you'll never find out. Oh, never mind. Oh, dude, can you like... I despise this part of capture quests. Alright, this guy's dead at the very least. Well, whatever. He's gonna leave this area. He probably will, but that's why I brought myself 2 traps. How tanky are your little minions? What did you feed them? Oh, him, he hates them. Whenever you're ready. There it is. Nope, not even a little bit. Okay. Subquest complete. Well, I mean, that's worth something. Okay, we got the explosion off. That's big damage. That's huge damage there. Speaking of, he said one good damage deserves another. Wait for it, wait for it. Oh, what a weave, by which I mean we weaved absolutely nothing. So the one guy who had the 10 yen coin and imagined a cheese pool from it, that's me right now. That could have been pretty fucking bad. Do I dare risk that now he'll be weak enough when he falls into this one? Garfunkel, you just, I mean, that's a world of hurt to spawn into for sure. I think there's a chance he's capturable now. There was not a... I thought there was a chance he was capturable now. Boy, that would have been tragic. You can't see in the bottom right. I am down to one trank bomb left. So if that very trank bomb did not capture it, that would have been another quest failed because I failed to account for the fact that it was a capture quest. And yet he's down now. And that door is mine. Only took me around 30 minutes. What can I say? It's just that easy. Are you winning, Ratman? When don't I? Every day I get to wake up and click go live for you beautiful people. That's me winning. How's about after? Yeah, I probably won't go too late tonight just because I've had a neighbor who's a little bit pissed off at me for streaming. So we'll see how late I go tonight, but I'm probably going to do a couple rounds of Rivals after I'm done streaming. I just don't know how late that's going to be. Defense up S. I didn't even see what that was for, honestly, but I'm happy I got it. I do have work tomorrow, but I am free all day after work tomorrow. It's a rarity for me to be free on a Friday, but I am actually free on a Friday. And you might say, then when's the stream coming? All right, guys, calm down. I'm here part-time. Pissed off at you streaming? Isn't it like normal evening hours for you? They get mad when I'm yelling at 10 p.m. They're kind of fine with me streaming right now. That's why I'm testing the waters. They start banging on the wall when they're really upset at me. So I'm trying to see at what point is it like too far gone. And then at what point do I have to buy the noise isolating box that I can sit in alone so I can finally scream to my heart's content. It's one of the main reasons I'm looking into getting a house. Well, that and the fact that renting is unequivocally throwing away money. I don't think anything else throws away money as much as renting does, especially in the United States where it is not even that much cheaper to rent than it is to pay your mortgage. 10 p.m. Are they like 80? Look, maybe all I know, that's the thing, right? I can make fun of them and be like, how could you get upset at me for screaming at 10 p.m.? And then meanwhile, they'll probably be like, I'm a nurse who has to work and go in at 3 a.m. in order to save people's lives. And I'm over here like, dang, what if this monster had a cock and balls? So I try not to take any moral high ground when what I'm doing is streaming. It's a pretty hard sell to be like, but aren't I benefiting society a little bit more? I mean, fair, but they can also communicate that. Yeah, if they're the people I think they are, I've run into them in the hallway a couple times. First of all, they would never say it to my face, which isn't like an internet strongman thing. It's more of like they don't look like they'd ever want to have conflict, which, understandable. I also do my best to avoid it. If I say no pickles, you bring me a sandwich loaded with pickles, I'm going to complain and remove them and put them to the side, but I'm not going to ask you for a new one. I'm going to be like, this is on me. I should have been more clear that I really didn't want them. Hey bro, can you keep it down after 10 p.m. because I gotta wake up? Yeah, but so like, I think your European might be showing, right? Because that's a nice idea. I don't think that people in the US talk to their neighbors at all. And I'm not acting above this. I don't know the name of anybody in my building. And in my building, there are 12 apartments. I am 1/12 of my building's area, and I don't know any of the 11/12. I've talked to one of them like 3 times. I know there's an old lady who lives down 1 floor and to the right of me. because she has asked me to take out her garbage before because it's too heavy for her. And that is kind of the peak of any contact I've had with them. I really want to make the heavy divider, by the way, so I think we're going to go do that. Because its base power is just so good. She moved out. Okay, so actually I'm down to... I was bordering on 1/6 of the building, counting myself, I knew. We're back down to 112. As unfortunate as it may be, to get demoted in a way like this. Okay. So we were gonna do another Duramboros, but I kind of wish it wasn't a capture one. There's also 2 Zamtrios, a Tigrex. By the way, that's how you pronounce his name. I found that out yesterday. His name is not Tigrex. That is Tigrex. So I kind of feel like the white mom asking for agua at a Mexican restaurant right now. Just so you know, that's kind of how they say it. Okay, hold on. Let me look up the MH4U key quest real quick, just so I can see what we're looking for. I mean, honestly, I might just do more now that we're here. Because if you, I mean, when in Rome, right? This is what? This is 9-star that we're on? Damn, we're going crazy. Rathalos topping is one to do. I wonder if you're under a Wrath is. Is there one for... There is one for a Zenogre. Zenogre's definitely going to be one. That's one you can just kind of tell. Lagia Cruise X width X height. Does this joke work? I just don't think that it does. Lagia Cruise X width X. Like, I understand it's supposed to be length. And I get it because he's long. But it doesn't... Lagia Cruise doesn't sound like the word length. Just, I personally would have renamed it, is all I'm saying. We'll just go top of Rathalos. Oh yeah, you're right, she did used to have a bunch of plants. Yeah, she definitely did move out. Either that or all her plants died, which, you know, I wouldn't really blame her for that. We don't exactly have the most welcoming environment around us. Where was this one going? Ruined Pinnacle. Ruined Pinnacle we don't need anything for, so we just gotta eat and then we'll be on our way. Well, we also have to do this one over here. Not her, just the plants. Well, you know, remember how I said, like, we don't really know each other at all around here? Joe's probably like me. We couldn't tell you her name. We took out her trash once or twice. I couldn't tell you her name. Which is even worse, because honestly, she was old. She might have moved on without us. And I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know what to look up in the obituary. She wasn't that old. There was a Tigrex one. We can do that for sure. Sorry, a Tigrex. I'm learning. I'll praise these bad boys. Send them to the box. What do we have? Transporter and Charmer. Haphazard. C range plus. Damn. That's ass. That's just so bad. Botany plus 2, I'm down to get rid of. KO plus 2, I'm down to get rid of. Bind, Res, and Bleeding, I'm down to get rid of. None of those will ever help me in any way, shape, and or form. Paralysis plus 3 without anything else, I'm down to get rid of. Sharpener plus 3, I don't think we'll be using it, but I might as well hold on to it. Constitution plus 1, but it's 2 slots. 2 slots is worth keeping. Speed setup and exhaust C, it's just so big of a plus that I want to keep that one. Combo rate plus 10, also worth keeping. Ice attack plus 7 is probably worth having. Team player paralysis plus 4 on each with no charms, though. I don't really think I'm going to be using that one. Health plus 7, I'm not a health kind of gamer. If I wanted to tank, I'd be doing it otherwise. I know she had back surgery about a year ago, so that's why the trash was hard to pick out. Damn, you remember more than me. That's crazy. Wait, I might be a bad person. Team player, we're not gonna need. Wide range, we're also not gonna need. An element C plus. But it's an entire skill on that one. I feel like it's worth keeping then. Crit status and a skill I like. Transporter and Charmer, I'm never going to use without any kind of talisman slot on it. So now we've got some good ones to look forward to once those are smelted. We'll go to the ranch real quick. A little bit of a quick pit stop at Dr. Phil's favorite spot. Wasn't Dr. Phil, like, not a real doctor? Or it was something like that. Like, there was a study done on why he shouldn't have been given a platform or something like that, and how he made people worse rather than helping by and large. But I don't know if it really, like, if you hear that and that surprises you, I don't know, man. I might be the one who's insane. I wouldn't really think that the guy who kind of like parades kids with mental health issues around and is like, look how crazy this one is. I wouldn't really think he was helping people out. Like, it always kind of felt performative because that was the point of it. It was a performance. As unfortunate as that may be, I know that might come as a shock to some people. I don't think that Dr. Phil was there out of the kindness of his heart. I know. Heartbreaking, truly, but Riser, Defender, Medic, Insurance, Moxie, Acrobat, Trainer. Feet, I mean, that's a hard bargain. You do make it hard to pop or pass that one up. Oracle and Courage, I think that should be fine. One of my favorite cowardly dogs was named Courage, so I think that that's a pretty good one. Dude, oh man. I was hoping me starting the sentence would have it come back to me, because I fully began that sentence with whatever I was going to say, just not even in my memory. And I was hoping that me starting a sentence would force my mind to work faster and figure it out. Guys, I think I found where the Rathalos is on the bright side. I was worried it was going to be a real hunt. Weaves. Break the ankles. Just kidding. All right. It's time for the big boy. Yeah, short kings win again. Do you want to know why he missed me there? He can't hit that low. Another victory for being short. Probably like 2 whole victories that they've ever had. That shit hit me, huh? I know that I jumped at him, and you might say that was your fault entirely, sure. But I really didn't think that his claws would hit me when he was going forward and I was behind him about to hit his back. It's probably just like his whole body turns into an active hitbox when he starts doing that. However, damn, I didn't know he had that kind of reach to him. Oh, I do remember what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that I think public restrooms are kind of proof that people can't self-govern at all. Because using a urinal is one of the most simple things in the entire world. You get it out, you piss in front of you, and you leave. That's all there is to it. And yet somehow, every single urinal I've ever seen has an absolute puddle of piss just sitting underneath it. And it doesn't make sense to me, because how could that possibly happen? You're given the world's easiest job, and somehow it's still getting fucked up. And you shouldn't want it to miss either. So I don't believe it's like they're doing it because they hate the janitors and want the janitors to clean their piss. Because if you're missing like that, bro, it's got to go on your shoes then, right? That's the only option left for it to land. So if something as simple as that, and then don't even get me started on stalls. I mean, I fret to see the bathroom of most people, judging off of how they treat public restrooms. Why would you, like, how is it possibly that dirty 24/7? It can't be right. Unless this is how they just treat their bathroom at home, in which case, that's the worst option of all. Because we're gonna start a new plague if this is how people just, in the comfort of their own home, use the bathroom. I don't believe that that's right. Woo, hold on. Rathalos is being a little bit large right now. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I got greedy. I was trying to stagger him out of the air. We'll just dodge over here real quick. All right. Don't run so that we don't do a Superman dive. And then we will drink up Megapot. And he can't do anything about that. But then I see, like, I understand the one-ply issue 100%. If there is a lot of toilet paper inside of a toilet bowl, I think to myself, I understand you weren't used to using one-ply. But then immediately after, all of my understanding has left me, because why didn't you bother to flush them? Like, I get that, oh man, I really need more than what they're giving here, so I'm gonna have to really crumple up way more than I would like to. I feel you on that so hard, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, because I'm about to go through it, right? But then I noticed that you neglected to hit the flush button, which is a little bit crazy to me, because That should be by default. Unless, of course, in their own households, they just let that shit kind of stew for a bit. Which is possible, if this is how they treat it in public. Okay. We have a safety rock in our way. Now, don't let it fool you. He can totally just fly through this. But I'm just hoping that he won't. Hey, maybe he can't. Maybe that rock's too strong for him. King of the Skies versus one tiny rock. The results might surprise you. But yeah, I think it just shows, if even given the most simple task, people will find a way to inconvenience others with that task and also not do it properly. If your task walking into a bathroom, a public restroom, is the most simple task anybody can ever be given. Release, wipe, flush, wash hands, walk out. It's actually the easiest checklist in the world. And yet, you'd believe by the state of almost every public restroom in the United States that that is an impossible task. Like only the top 1% Olympic level athletes could possibly follow it. It just simply does not add up. Also, hello Rathalos, been missing you. We haven't really been hitting him much, but that's because he'd been doing this the whole time. Oh, now that was such, oh baby. I know he felt that one because I felt it in my chair. I was getting hyped up for me. All right, hold on. And then we bring him down here. Now, unfortunately, he's in an ass position for us to get really anything good going. So we just go instantly into this and break his head. Because I know that's an insult for him. Woo! Okay, weave. Weave part 2. They're making a trilogy. Alright, that's all I got. We're good. Oh, see? That's one that deserves a trilogy. That's one that's clearly not for money. Unlike almost every trilogy. I guess Star Wars was probably a trilogy that it was envisioned to be a trilogy from the start. Now, the prequel afterwards, you could say that one was just for money. But honestly, I don't believe anybody has prequel hate in this day and age, right? Now that the new trilogy is released, how could you possibly say the prequels are the worst part of Star Wars? Yes, there are a little bit of boring political dramas at points, but that just means you don't like the political side of stuff, right? I can understand that. Sure, whatever. If your issue with it is, I don't like politics, I like when they use the lightsabers to kill each other, that's fine. Now, unfortunately for you, even the new movies aren't going to have much of that. You can get plenty of Marvel-level one-liners like they can fly now. That one, they've got in spades, man. The writer's room, I know they must have been losing it at their material because nobody in the audience was. And the only way it can add up is if the writers are like, no, we actually did cook with this one. Please don't hit me right now because I'm trying to... Dude, Rathalos, you're kind of not being chill right now. I didn't want to be the one to tell you, but you're really not being chill. Also, I don't have any food on me. I'm just realizing now I totally forgot to pick up the well-done steaks. That was the original reason I canceled the quest and went somewhere else. Yeah, it's what it is. Honestly, I think we're still doing fine damage to him. I'd imagine we're getting pretty close to closing this one out. Assuming I don't walk over here and like all of a sudden there's a Rathian also. That would be a little bit of a nightmare. All right, we're fine. Damn. Is he a large size? Because those wings are something else. Holy shit, no wonder. They could call this guy like the King of the Skies. All right, we're chilling, we're chilling. You know what? The more I fight him, the more I get it. Why there are a lot of people who like Rathalos. Now, if you like Rathian, I actually just can't understand you. You and I are very diametrically opposed if you enjoy Rathian. Rathalos, on the other hand, I get it. He's got some aura to him, and it feels like he wants to fight you. Rathian, I never feel like wants to fight me. I feel like she wants to show me a cool twirl she can do with her tail that will poison me. Meanwhile, Rathalos is like, let's fucking get this shit done, man. I'm gonna pop this and go into Demon Riot mode. Sheath up real quick. And then get active. All right. He's flying right now. Wait for him to do like a dive bomb or his fireballs, and we can see what we got. 2 fireballs directly at Oats, 1 at me and Garfunkel, and then you stop over there. All right, I'm gonna say that you hate me if you stop over there. Wait. Dodges, weaves, with expert precision and grace. I mean, dear Lord, please. You're not running right now. Not after I popped Demon Riot and said we're gonna have a good fight here, right? Never mind. I don't get it. Why do people like this guy? I hate monsters that run away constantly. We could have been such good friends, Rathalos. Granted, I'm very happy to fight him in somewhere that is not an open field, because the open field just makes it so easy for him to time you out. He just keeps flying back and forth. You could argue I was timing him out because I definitely was not getting up close and personal, but I wasn't going to get up close with him when he was in the air. They're calling it the worst Demon Riot of all time, by the way. I think I got about 20 damage off with it. We're going up here. Sorry. We have to climb up this wall. He's going directly back to where it all started. He's getting, oh, he's nostalgic. He wants to go to where we first met. Wait, that's so sweet of him. What a nice little Rathalos, man. Also, sorry if today's stream, I think I kind of feel off today. I was debating not going live, but it just felt wrong missing a Monster Hunter day. Especially one that I already promised I'd be live for. So if I'm a little bit lower energy and the stream doesn't go as long, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I've just kind of been... At work, I've got like 2 websites I'm juggling building right now. So I've been a little bit whelmed with life, I would say. Not entirely over, but definitely whelmed. So I'm trying to balance it out. It kind of sucks because I'm lead developer for all of our sites, so it's like it can be a bit rough. I don't have to be lead designer though, so that's nice. Somebody else just hands me a design and I just, you know, make do. I get handed the Lego sheet and then I just have to build, which is what I'm best at anyways. You give me the instructions, I can build just about anything. That's actually my toxic trait, is I do think that, like, if you were to give me a tutorial and instructions, I could do anything. I do have to be driven for it, though, right? Like, I would never be able to be an accountant because I've got no passion or love for it. The issue is I have a healthy outlook on life and enjoy being alive every day, which makes it really hard for me to be like an accountant. Huge dodge. Wow, he animation canceled from tail slash into punish. I mean, that's just rough. Oh, beautiful. I really thought he'd instantly fall into that trap, which is why I was just like, we just stick this. He did not, by the way. Okay. Okay. Let's see. How the fuck did you get over there? Finally! I was worried it was never gonna happen. Unfortunately, we don't have much stamina. So we've just gotta do what we can with what we have, which is, again, not much. Weave. Ooh. Damn. We're pinned. We're pinned. This could be death. I don't really have a good way out of this. Oats, Garfunkel, you guys got anything? Anything in the back? For a fellow like me? The answer's no. All right, we're fine, we're fine. He's gonna shoot at us here. It's fine. He's just shooting blanks. You don't gotta worry about that. Accountants know how to get that bread. Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's just also a job that is designed to, well, like, also the reason they know how to get that bread is because accounting is just kind of like, how much money can we legally get away with not having to pay taxes on, and how can we fudge numbers to make our profits even better, which obviously would make bank. companies really like when there's someone on their team who's just like, hey, here's how we can save even more money. Which is why CPA certified ones, holy, that's money. That's just printing it. It's hardly even fair. It's printing it for both sides. But I do think there's got to be a general, like it takes a special mind to say, I want to be an accountant. Imagine going into a classroom of like elementary schoolers. I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a policeman. And then one of them goes, ooh, I want to be a CPA certified accountant. That's not going to happen. It's not a job that people have whimsy for. I'd say mine's almost there. I can see a kid wanting to build websites if they really enjoy it. Well, no, I can't see it anymore. I could see it early 2000s. But now I think any kid who would want to build a website as their job would probably say they want to be a YouTuber or a streamer instead. Because those are what they see on the internet. Kids really just want to do what they see, right? It's why there's so many kids who grow up wanting to be teachers, because one of the only jobs you naturally see every single, well, most parts of as a kid is a teacher, because you're in a classroom. Damn. I got fucking weaved on there. Holy. Dude, he really does just fly back to the same spot. What the hell, me animating in Scratch when I was a kid? I didn't realize he could just fly back like that. That's awesome. Good for him. Did you go to an optometrist? No, I mean, after I schedule my appointment, it's probably going to be a 3-4 month wait. Where do you live that you're just able to get there that instantly? No, yeah, my healthcare is probably going to be 3-4 months before I'm able to go see anybody. But I did, I tweaked my parameters to try and fix the rat's eyes for you guys. And I think that that's been helping a lot. Now, this is just a normal stumble, so I'm going to just go for one of these as our finisher. Didn't have time to jump in time. But yeah, I did try to fix that one eye, because that one eye was always the one that was wonky. And I think it was always wonky because that's just how it is with my ring light. My ring light will reflect more off that one eye than the other. You know, I really thought he'd die here, so I didn't bother paintballing. This was foolish of me. Are you in the UK? No, I'm in the US. My healthcare place around me within a 5-hour radius of driving. Nah, probably not 5 hour. Probably like a 2-3 hour radius of driving only has one spot that does optometrist stuff. It's the only one. So if I want to get, I mean, maybe I could get a cheap prescription from going to like one of those Walmart style ones. Maybe. Well, no, because they normally just fill prescriptions. You give them your prescription in frames and then they're like, all right, we got you. I don't think they do the test there. So if I want to go in network and not have it cost a lot, it's going to be like 3-4 months before I get it. Dude, if I was in the UK, you'd know. I'd have a disdain for food. I would talk about how great beans on toast are, and I would make fun of Americans. I only make fun of Americans, but that's because I'm part of the in crowd. I'm allowed to make fun of them. When the UK make fun, I'm not a patriotic person. If somebody from Britain is making fun of the US, that's where I draw the line. All right? I'm like, listen here, buddy. We seceded. It's an optometrist, not an ophthalmologist. They're usually a lot more available than eye doctors. Like I said, I think the issue for me is just where I live. There's only one in-network place because healthcare is just such a mess. That's close to me. And so but the healthcare that I have is very popular around here, which is why there's 3 or 4 different buildings you can go to get care from this place, but only one of them has the vision center, which really fucks it up. Leave? Oh, baby. Yeah, fair enough. You know what? Honestly, yeah, I deserve that. Woo. On your left. Okay. I don't know who he's looking at right now. Yes, I do. It's me. Surprise, surprise. I don't blame him. I'd be looking at me too. All right. I don't know. I can't keep up with it, man. He's too much. He's Mr. Heat Miser. He's Mr. Snow. That's not how it goes. Sorry, sorry. God, can we finish this fight? I'm out of stamina. Please, just like fall over. Okay, okay. American problem is time for me to drive 12 hours just to be in the same state. Yeah. And look, there's undoubtedly a lot to make fun of in the US, but like I said, only if you live in the US. Unless you're making fun of the politics, right? But like if you make fun of American people for being, because I feel like politics around the world anybody can make fun of, or like those kinds of conditions. But when people are like, everyone in the US is so fat, I'm like, yeah, because we actually have food worth eating, buddy. I understand the British mind can't comprehend having food worth eating. However, there's a reason for it. Woo. God, can you stop, man? Did that knock him down? Not even a little bit. In my mind, you're on the floor. It's exactly, by the way, that is my pickup line that I use at the club. It never works yet. What the fuck? Wait, you're able to attack there? I thought you were leaving. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Woo! The British would go into a coma if they ever got a Culver's burger. That is true. That is true. Don't even get me started on the Culver's ice cream. They'd probably be like, what the fuck? It's sweet. Why is your ice cream sweet? Do we put enough sugar in it to incapacitate an elephant? You're goddamn right we do, because that's our God-given right. That's the one thing about the US I don't allow anybody to attack. The cuisine we have here, I don't care if it's not authentic. It is divine. All right. Dubs. We can just power through the rest and we win. Woo! Oh. All right. But actually, sorry, dude. Make sure to get them checked. Yeah. No, tomorrow I'm making my call to get my appointment scheduled. Because then I can get my contact lenses in, then everything will be better for the tracking. Once I order contact lenses, I'm also going to be ordering myself a cheap iPhone. Now, you might say, why an iPhone? First of all, I'm not an Apple user myself, right? So I need an Apple phone because the facial recognition software that's built into Apple devices just so far outweighs Android, and not to mention the fact that there's VBridger, which is a very advanced VTubing software that only runs off Apple devices. And so I kind of need to pick up one of those if I really want to be tracked well. And I do, because I've got another model that's in the works right now, where all of these kinds of toggles that I have, right? Hold on. Let me pull them up. Where like toggles such as, oh, I don't have all of them bound right now. Give me a second. We can get in there. It should be under, oh, well, hold on. Yeah, under this one. Which one's this one? No, that's the controller. Controller's already set. Wait, these should be set to numpad keys. Is my numpad off right now? My numpad was off. That's the whole reason. But you have expressions like these, right? All of these different expressions that I have are going to be bound to based off of my facial expressions so that they will get used more often. But until I get Apple, it's going to be really rough to do that kind of like very clean facial tracking. But it'll make it so I don't have to... By the way, I finally figured out why none of my expressions have been working when I've been pressing them. It's actually because I felt like he was huge. He was a gold crown large. We'll definitely take that. Oh, did I get a wrath medulla? I don't think so. But yeah, no, it's going to be a sick model. That's going to help me out a lot. Anyway, so the reason it wasn't working, just don't buy a phone from 2012. No. It's going to be one of their more recent models, but it's not going to be too expensive for me because I'm buying it specifically secondhand without a SIM card / doesn't need to have any cell plan. Because all I need to do is get it connected to my computer where I'm able to then use it for VBridger, which is, i.e. I don't need to spend the 1,200 plus on an iPhone that everybody else is. Now, I am a non-Apple fanboy. So much so that I would say I do love my Android phone. But I'm going to say something here. Samsung, I kind of don't fuck with Samsung. The more I use my Samsung phone, the more I don't like a lot of what their OS does, but I still like Android a lot. I just don't like Samsung's version of how they run Android on their devices. Because you look at like the Google Pixel, the OneNote, all of those, and I'm like, I see what you're doing, and I appreciate what you're doing. I look at what I'm doing on mine, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's not for me. Which is what made me realize it's not the phone that's the issue, or sorry, it's not the operating system that's the issue. It's the Samsung itself that's the issue. I still have an iPhone 6 Plus. Holy shit. Does it like cry out in pain when you turn it on? Does it get down on its hands and knees and start yelling please the second you turn it on? I imagine it must. What if we made the Golba Vandal? I don't know if it'd be worth making, but I'm just like imagining it might have other upgrades off of it. Hold on. Let me check. The Golba Vandal. It can upgrade. Okay. No, it's just that one. I guess. Yeah, it looks like it's just the Golba Vandal one that it uses for that. I believe. I don't know. I can't read Kira Nico. I'm trying, but I can't, man. Like about 2 apps in that whole phone can open. That's crazy. I mean, honestly, let's just make this one because this is the end of it. Fuck it. Okay, it doesn't upgrade into anything else. It was worth checking. You would have done the same if you were in my spot. Now, what's this one? This is the Assault. Oh, yeah, that's the one I just made. Okay, 160 and Paraphile. We could use Paraphiles for a bit. I just don't think I'd like it as much as the one we have right now. We could upgrade this one too, but it would take both of our Wyvern gems. I don't think that's worthwhile at all, especially because it doesn't look like it upgrades into anything else, and we aren't using it currently, so I don't think it's going to change anything for us. We could make the Dragon Maiden. I don't think I do have the Dragon Maiden. Never mind, I was lying. One more Toxin Sack, we could make that one upgraded and then see whatever the red one it makes is. Ugh, that could be worth it. But I would need a Toxin Sack. If I want a Toxin Sack, I think I can just go hunt the exact same Rathian again. You might say, why are we going back and doing this? I just like having weapons. I kind of like just sitting on a mountain of treasure, you know? Looking back at all my goodies and being like, yes, yes. Do we think a Yian Garuga would have Toxin Sacks? I think that's what we were looking. Who upstroking they rat right now? Not yet, but once I'm off stream. It was Toxin Sacks that I was looking for, I believe. I know that they drop from Poisoned for Action. Wait, what's Poisoned for Action? Wait, the Nargacuga, Kaiser Deserve It, Whiteout, Lava Soth, Marshland Horror, Volcanic Vexens. None of those are what I'm looking for. I don't think so. Oh no, they do drop from Volcanic Vexations. Is that the one I'm looking for? Fuck. Wait, hold on. Just give me a second here. Now, also, again, the main reason I'm making this is it will show us another upgrade that we have technically available for our... Because this will be upgrading it into level 3. Yeah, I need Toxin Sacks. Okay, let's just go do Volcanic Vexations. It's a new one. The word Vex is very fun. Every time I hear it, I think of 2 things. One is the League of Legends champion Vex, who goes mid lane. But I'll assume that you didn't know that one. Why? Because it's just like... It probably means you're a happier person. But the other thing I think of is, does anybody remember that one skit that's like every episode of House is like this? And it's got house saying give them the medicine drug. No, if they take the medicine drug, they will die. That shit post. I always love when the one black guy appears and he goes, this vexes me. That one always makes me laugh, man. I did see something. And I understand that, like, this almost sounds like the blind calling out the blind. Because it could be... You could view this as, didn't a very similar thing happen with you? It is true. But I saw a post from that one guy, Thor, Pirate Software, right? Showed up on my YouTube shorts, where he was in Microsoft Paint, almost one-for-one remaking that meme, but telling it like it was his own. And I don't know, maybe before he started doing that, he was like, has anybody seen that one post that goes like this? And then he just clipped the part of him retelling it. But that short was always really weird to me because a bunch of people in the comments were like, wait, but why is this so accurate though? And I'm like, well, because it's like taken from a shit post that somebody made. The reason it's so accurate is somebody else spent a lot of time making like a shit post and he's just retelling the joke. Now, why am I saying it's the blind leading the blind? Well, because there are also cases of parallel thinking that happen. For example, the one YouTube short I posted about Raid Shadow Legends, somebody else had done almost the exact same bit. Now, our punchlines, the reason I'd sat on this for a while, after I learned that it was somebody else had already made a very similar joke, I think our punchlines and the delivery of what was saying, or what was being said, was very different from each other. But when people in the comments are like, didn't somebody else already do this? Maybe it was just a case of that. The internet's a big place. People can just think the same thing. So what was the point of this story? I just kind of wanted to talk, I guess. I just kind of like hearing my own voice. So I was gonna let it ramble and see where it takes me, you know? It's the point of wandering around, is to figure out where you're at. You don't know where you are until you look back at where you've been. I'm looking for 2 monsters and I haven't found either of them. Isn't that impressive? You'd think by sheer accident I would stumble onto 1 out of 2. As it turns out, you wouldn't have to at all. One of them is Basario, so I should really remember that because I might have walked by the rocks. Look, that just means his camouflage was working, okay? That way somebody can clip it and be like, as seen here, the camouflage works perfectly on hunters. Either that or I'm going to walk into here and both of them are having a party in the same zone. Why do I think it's going to be here? I feel like this is where I see a lot of IO prey. This is not at all the location I was thinking of. This is not where the Iodrome would be. Yeah, one of them's Iodrome. Iodrome's going to be an easy kill. That one we don't even have to blink for. Actually, aren't they both going to be easy? Don't they get less health when you fight in a dual hunt compared to a single hunt? Unless that's only a newer gen thing. I have no clue when that started. And I'm not going to look anything up because informing myself is the weapon of the enemy. Making claims based off of knowledge that you have, disgusting. Oh, I haven't heard any sting yet. Dude, where the fuck is this Iodrome? Wait, this is impressive. I thought surely I won't need a Psycho Serum. There's 2 monsters on the map. As it turns out, I'm gonna run out of stamina again because I yet again forgot to get more food into my inventory. That part you could argue is a little bit on me. Oh, 1 of 2 located. Look at that slightly larger than usual raptor. That's how you know this one's a monster. Didn't somebody do a size comparison with how big this was compared to like a Toyota Camry or something like that? No, it was a Honda Accord, wasn't it? Sorry. That's definitely a better standardized unit of measurement. I love that he roars like that. Because, I don't know, it's just nice to know he thinks he's like hot shit. Oh my god, get absolutely counter-swatted out of the sky. Alright, well, you know. What goes around and all that. Object in motion or something. Now, I don't have anything to deal with his poison. Other than the fact that I don't have to get hit by it ever. See? Alright, let me just swap back weapons real quick. Over to axe mode. Should be whatever. I wonder how he compares to a washing machine. See, I think you can't use a washing machine as a standardized unit of measurement because everybody's washing machine is different. That's why when you watch a documentary made in the US, they try to standardize the measurements as much, like how many average full-grown elephants long something is, because everybody knows offhand the average size of a fully grown elephant. Way more than you would know, like meters or yards or feet. Football fields, that's another very common one. Me watching the Super Bowl every year just so I can understand how long something is. I just really want to understand the measurements better, okay? We're not the same. Some people watch it for the ads. I watch it to understand how large a T-Rex is. Dude, this guy's like an enemy, right? Isn't it? Okay, my fault. Yeah, talk shit. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But isn't this crazy? Somebody out there probably struggled with an iodrome at some point in their life. I'm over here bantering. How many football fields is a Plesiot? There's no shot of Plesiot's even one football field. Football fields are big, man. And the Plesiot, well, the Plesiot is deceptively large, but he's not like football field large. You know this if you watch more documentaries. Disclaimer, by the way, I don't think they would ever actually put T-Rexes in football field lengths because I don't think it would even be one. All right, the person who struggled with the iodrome has been located. It's me. Of course I know him. It's me. Raptors can be really annoying when they just spam that jump move. Let's not cart to him. Fine. What is he up to? What is he thinking? Oh, he just wanted to spit up a little bit. Damn good shit, Garfunkel. What a blast proc. That's why I gave Garfunkel a blast weapon. Jump at me. Or don't. Dude, I'm gonna lose so much just for me poisoning out over here. Hold on, let me just take a sip of this. You can't find me here. It's too... Oh. Fair enough. I didn't know it would work that way. I really didn't. I honestly thought that I was in an impenetrable spot there. Walk this way. Oh, dude, he doesn't even know he's talking this way. Wait, oh, never mind, he's leaving. That works too. Yeah, I think you could definitely put the Dalamadur in football fields. That would really go crazy for a lot of... Hey, is Dalamadur in this game? Because he's got some sick weapons, and I would not mind getting the Dalamadur switch axe at all. But I imagine he's not. And if you want to know why I think he's not, this is going to sound like a weird reason, but I feel like the Nakarkaros kind of like fits the niche that Dalamadur takes up. So I think if you have one, you'd have no need for the... Yeah, I knew we were going to get hit there. I looked at my Demon Riot and realized, oh shit, I'm about to be out. Even though the two of them, I think, could coexist, the fact that the Nakarkaros also had two icons to represent its size on the map, or sorry, up top when you're targeting something, made me think that Dalamadur is not going to be in this game because they've already got their giant two-target guy. And it is indeed not Dalamadur. Granted, I don't know how much people like fighting Dalamadur. I don't really think that hit me, by the way. I'm just going to say my truth. I really do not think that that should have poisoned me. I residually stood near it. And what, you're going to tell me that toxic gas can poison people? I literally mix bleach and... What's the other thing you mix to make mustard gas? Probably shouldn't say that out loud, though, right? There's probably some rule against making chemical weapons that violate the Geneva Convention on Twitch. Probably. I think that rule is called the Geneva Convention. Very impressed he's still alive. Okay, okay. Lock in, lock in. We're losing so much HP just from poison. An inexorable amount of HP from poison. We also still haven't even seen the Basarios yet. Don't jump at me. Yo, speaking of, Basarios, my man, we were just talking about you. You won't believe that. I hope he's good. I hope he's good. He's clearly not. All right, Iodrome. How about we get the fuck out of here, man? Huh? What do you say to that one? I think Iodrome's gonna leave. He doesn't seem like the kind who can handle this kind of heat. Feels like the kind who would get out of the kitchen. Oh, wait. Oh, he's pissed at me. Is he leaving or not? It's hard to tell with him because I know he can just stand in lava. Dead? Yep, 100% dead. Surely he'll just let me carve, right? Because all I need is a toxin sac from this guy, so once I get one of those, I'm down to deal with you, Basarios. Yeah, in the meantime, you can play with my cats. They're kind of friendly. Iodrome head obtained. So yes, head. We'd love to see it. Violet scale also obtained. Scarlet and my favorite Pokemon games. I'm just kidding. They might have been the worst Pokemon games ever released. It is I believe Scarlet and Violet are the only Pokemon game I bought and never completed. I bought is it's doing a lot of heavy lifting there because Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon I never bothered buying. I think I was just kind of at a point where I didn't see the value in buying them because I had just beat Sun and Moon like the year prior. I know they changed minimal amounts, but I just didn't think that it was worthwhile anymore. Black 2 and White 2 were kind of the last game where they could do that with. After that, unfortunately for Pokemon as a company, the community wisened up and said, why would I buy this? Ooh, damn. That hitbox started earlier than I thought it would. Okay. Any other frame traps you would like to do? I mean, this guy's out here playing Tekken 8. Tekken's the one that's on 8, right? Because it's Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8. I mean, Guilty Gear's just on Strive, so I guess that really... They had to be their own unique individual. Hold. If we can get swapped over here. I really thought we'd get a mount off that. Plesia called once it's moved back. Basarios is honestly not nearly as bad as a lot of the other rock guys. They're rich coming from someone who just got absolutely decimated by him stepping. Yeah, but he's got kind of like a swaggy walk to him. So it's hard to dodge that because, I mean, he's just fucking out here being a version of me that I can't. Also, I like Basarios because I know he's a baby. And something, it might just be the instinct of knowing, yeah, this is a child I'm clubbing to death. That really makes me like him more, you know? Don't roll at me. I'm trying to Demon Riot. Thank you for not hitting. I mean, you did roll at me, which somewhat rude because I did ask expressly not for that. Weave. Oh, that was beam. I thought that was he was about to do a stinky explosion on me. It was not. Wow. Basarios is not that bad, but I hate the bouncing. Kid named Sword Mode. Kid named built-in Mind's Eye Effect. Dare I say one of my favorite reasons to play Switch X is you have an answer to rock monsters when everybody else does not. Well, I say everybody else. I suppose, I don't know how range does against rock monsters. Doesn't it do really well? But like you just element match? Like if you're a bow player, you take a water element one and it kind of shreds apart their insides. Much like I did with your mother last night. The explosion barely missed. I should have just early erupted. I'm so good at early erupting and I decided not to this one time. It's baked into my genome like that. Whew. Okay, okay. Now we're gonna bounce for a bit. Now we're gonna be hitting him with the I've been working on the railroad tech all the live long day. All right, there it is. Woo. Longsword has ESP too. Wow, wait. What doesn't Longsword have? That weapon's just insane, huh? No wonder there's so many Longsword players. It seems like it's got an answer for everything in the game. Are we sure that Sword and Shield is the versatile weapon? Are we 100% sure? Because I mean, I guess there is one thing that Longsword players don't have, which other players do. Longsword players don't get pussy. I guess that's kind of the difference. I'm kidding. Play whatever you want. But like with easy free jokes like that, you gotta make. I mean, I guess it makes sense why there's so many single player longsword players. Probably the same reason there's a lot of single player sword and shield players. Because you've got an answer for almost every situation. You never feel like you need to rely on others. Longsword has an extra one though. What's their extra one? Nobody online likes playing with a longsword because the longsword player keeps interrupting everything you ever try to do. And it's because they just want to have their cool anime moment, all right? Longsword players actually are playing the game like it's an anime and you are the side character. They are here to have their cool duel. Dual blades in Wilds, I would say, are also here to be the anime protagonists. They are definitely the two anime protagonist roles. Lance players might be the most based of all time. And I say this as someone who doesn't enjoy Lance. But like, dude, if that's what you want to do is just take a giant toothpick to poke something, hell yeah, man. That's awesome. The animation cancel into roar weirds me out. Well, yeah, that was on me. I totally mistimed that. Hey, Oats, you want to wake me up? Thank you. That's my goat right there. Okay, it was the roll. I was right to read that way. There you go. See, I told you this one wouldn't be too bad. We used what? 3 mega potions, 5 normal pots. That's nothing. That comes out in the wash. Yeah, compared to the cheaters' profits we're about to make here. I hope we get a toxin sack. I just kind of wanted to do this one also for completion. We never ended up doing this one, so why not? A carapace acquired? Damn. Whoa. I didn't know she liked me like that. The unassuming Basarios in the corner. You can double reload if you're completely out? Oh shit, wait, hold on. That might be a tech. Because you go 1, 2, then do this so you have enough time to swap back. Give it a second, and then you load. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what we should do if we ever just want to get a bunch of it back. Okay. I mean, I guess the double reload's not really necessary because it only brings you up to the first reload's point. So it's really just kind of worth it to wait until that other reload we did. Which I think is what I do anyway. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I might be the best gamer to ever do it intuitively. We're going to collect these rewards and then I'm going to go hit the bathroom real quick. Oh, thank God. I was so worried that we weren't going to get a single one, even though it should be a common drop. Also, Bird Wyvern Gem. We'll definitely take that. That might be useful for something someday. You know, there's another thing I want to go back and do, but I don't know if anybody would want to watch that. And it's go back and upgrade one of the weapons that we never bothered to upgrade from way early on. But I need, I think, Bulldrome parts. It's either Bulldrome or Bullfongo. I don't remember what the difference is. All right, the person who is going to be banging on their door just got home, so... Or sorry, banging on my wall for me to shut up just got home. So we'll see how this works out. Disclaimer, I'm a total bitch, so probably pretty well for him. This one needs another Uragon scoot, and then we can see what we can make there. But this was the one I was thinking of. Yeah, we need Bulldrome parts. Are Bulldrome the mini ones? I think they are. But then we can see whatever these are, because there's a ton of upgrades we've never even looked at from these. And then we have this one, which we can now level up using any parts. Throw in 5 of these. Yes. Yes. Don't equip now. The other one is the Golden Crescent, made using the Golden Rathian parts. And it is a power element one, which is not worth considering. I don't know where I would get the golden parts for it, but it does look pretty fucking sick. I'll give it that. That one is one I have to give it up for, unfortunately. I guarantee you whatever this Seregios one is like a variant of the Seregios weapon. I'll bet money on that. But yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom real quick. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor. I'm feeling like a little kid. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? I am back. I'm back. I'm back. Dude, I saw a post while I was in the bathroom that was talking about Helldivers 2. Game's kind of like on the come up again, right? I'm pretty happy that it is because I don't know, man. It's just such a good game. And I don't think any game has ever made me have that same kind of semblance of, I don't want to say, I don't know. I guess the best way to describe it is with a reference because that's what I'm best at. Did anybody ever watch, I believe it was the Star Wars The Bad Batch, but it might have been the Clone Wars. It was one of the animated shows. I never watched either of them. I just remember my brother correcting me when I referenced the song and said it was The Bad Batch. I think he said it was The Bad Batch. I'm not 100%. They kind of feel the same to me. But there's like a scene of one clone trooper who's like sitting in a bunker / like a hole in the ground and fighting off like 700 droids at once, swapping between weapons. It's just such a sick animated scene that makes you really kind of feel like, I don't know, the hopeless onslaught, and yet he's still standing strong in the face of it. That kind of feeling, I don't think any game aside from Helldivers 2 has captured that feeling so well. And dude, I kind of miss playing it. I also kind of miss just having like a mini game while I was playing the game. It was like they had a little sensory chamber just for me where I was able to, also we should have send items to box, gourmet fish. Covers the red portion of the health gauge and increases natural recovery. Well then fucking never mind. It looks like I'm only ever going to do raw meat because the rest are atrocious. So that's that, I guess. But I don't know, man. I miss having the sensory overload minigame where they would jingle keys in front of me and say, want to use a bombing strike? Do you know how to play Dance Dance Revolution? It's kind of why I like Seeker in Risk of Rain, because they get to do that little DDR minigame in between doing everything. All right. Let's look at our items. Sorry, I feel like I'm being so paranoid about my neighbors and making too much noise right now, so I'm sorry if like everything feels off. It does for me as well. I think we're good. I really can't wait to move out though. It's gonna be so nice. I was wanting to get into Helldivers 2, but I was too late to the party and none of my friends played it anymore. So as much as I loved Helldivers 2, there was one issue I had that turned me and I think a lot of people away really early, which was they nerfed the railgun. Now, on its own, there's nothing wrong with nerfing a railgun, right? If a weapon's too strong, you bring it in line. That's just what people do. That makes sense. That adds up. Whatever. But that was kind of the issue, was in early Helldivers, before we had a bunch of other like season passes and stuff they put out, the only weapon that penetrated armor was the railgun. And there was one bug that would take 3 or 4 clips of your normal gun to kill because he was an armored bug. And his entire point was he didn't have much of a health bar, but if you shot off his armor and then just shot his fleshy insides, his fleshy bits, the second you touched him, he crumpled. He was a piece of paper. He was origami, right? But nobody could do that anymore because they nerfed the railgun. And it just made playing the high difficulty feel like a chore when the game had just launched, instead of feeling good, which was, and they didn't revert it, and they didn't do anything to address that issue for a while. Now there's more options, I imagine. I'm kind of talking out of my ass on it, but like, I don't think they could go this long without somehow changing something about it. I guess we'll do this one. I don't know. It's something. So against a Zenogre, it's gonna be rough. I think Zenogre's a little scary. Wait, hold on. Oh, I got a little rumblies in my tumbly, dude. I'm feeling scared. I know he could kill me. This is the first one in a while where I feel that. All right, make sure we have 10 of these on us. Take a max potion in case we wipe. Just one. We'll take both. Sure. Why not? I don't have any food still. Okay, then let me... I wish there was an easier way to do this. And if there is, don't tell me, because then I'll feel like an idiot. Wait, let me check right here. Fuck. Because all I need is food. Heal supplies after running out of items. Like every single item? That's horrible. 5 minutes after quest start. After quest start. After quest start. After quest start. But I'm looking for specifically... This one will give rations after 3 minutes too. So I'm down to do this, because then we also just get ourselves something to start with. Sure, we'll do that. And also, last time, it spawned us in a really special zone when I had this one. And I want to see if it does that again. Should we get greater Folger bugs? Probably, but I don't think I'm going to. Too lazy to take a net with me. But you know, I kind of miss Helldivers too. I think it was such a fun game. I think horde shooters in general are just like an unexplored, underexplored, I should say, genre. Because there's no one, I don't think it's possible to hate a horde shooter, man. It's so fun. That's why people played Back for Blood. Not because it was a good game, because they were starved for... starved for horde-based shooters. It's also why I played, fuck, what was the game called? Witchfire? Was that what it was called? The one that I would try to run on my computer with my model and it would chug along really, really hard. It was fun. That's why I liked Risk of Rain too. That, yeah, no, it definitely does scratch that niche. Have you tried Space Marine 2? No, I heard it went woke. They had like women in it, so I don't, it kind of conflicted with my morals. So unfortunately, you know, the woke won on that one, so I wasn't allowed to play it. I think. I don't remember. Was Space Marine 2? Was that one voted woke? What? I didn't hear you. I just said like it was too woke. It had women in it, so I unfortunately. You know, just really not for me. I can't enjoy a game that I can't engross myself in. That was the part of that argument that always I never understood, was people saying it's unrealistic, right? But like, gaming, you suspend your disbeliefs 900 times. I don't think suspending your disbelief one more time is going to be the thing that really makes something believable versus not believable. God damn, that one felt meaty. I don't think I saw a single woman out of some NPC soldiers. I thought there was like one of the captains was a woman. Was a woman? Yep. All right. Well, you know, I'm learning every single day. It's my first time on Earth. You can't make fun of me. If you make fun of me for not speaking the language well, how's it feel to make fun of somebody with a speech impediment? What's the speech impediment? Sometimes I say things wrong. I self-diagnosed on TikTok. You can't make fun of me. That's just as valid as any other diagnosis I've heard. Who told me that? Somebody who self-diagnosed on TikTok. So therefore, also, optimal DPS window for him being down. And we already broke off his horn. I know he's feeling that one. Wait for it. Dude, this place is hard to fight him. Do you want to know why? It's not for the reason you're thinking. It's hard because it's really hard to see what's going on through all of the greenery, man. I got damn tomatoes in my face while I'm trying to fight a lightning god. I'm over here trying to kill the god of thunder, and meanwhile they're like, aren't the cherry tomatoes looking lovely this time of year? I don't know, man. We can make a sauce later. Give Space Marine 2 a second look. Yeah, I think my issue with it was the price. It was like a $60 game or something like that. Incoming supply drop. Look out, buddy. They're about to drop this on your head. Never mind. Turns out they were dropping on my head. And the them was you. Ah, chill the fuck out, man. God, Zinogre's just so active with it. Dude, is Wilds like one of the first games in ages? Hey, subquest finally completed. We love to see it. That doesn't have Zinogre. Because Zinogre's just in everything. I'm not stopping that in time, so I'll just let him go off. Yep. And quality-free updates, it's worth the price tag. Yeah, what's the online like? I know it had an online. I mean, what I'm really looking forward to is they're doing a Gears of War remaster. I think Gears of War online, oh, I can't wait for that, man. God, I'm gonna be gaming like it's 2008. Someone get the slurs ready. Holy. The gamer words are ready to fly. Whew. I mean, Gears of War is just like Italian Space Marine, right? Sorry, I guess I should say Sopranos Space Marine. Damn. What a miss time on that one. All right, weave. Well, I didn't even have to weave that other one. The crab took the hit for me. Now, he is pissed off right now. What a dodge by him. Is this the only move you know? Did they code out every other move? Sorry for talking shit, man. That's on me. Yeah, we're stunned here. Yup, that hurts. That sure does. 1, 2. He normally does, yeah, more than that. Is that all you have? Okay. With this one, I don't have anything to worry. Nothing to fear other than fear itself. I've only done the co-op missions online. Not the PvP, but overall pretty solid. I was more asking, I haven't played Darktide. Darktide was another one that I probably would have liked a lot, just based off how much I liked Vermintide. But it feels like nobody played Darktide compared to Vermintide. Now, granted, I kind of had what I needed to know about the game told to me already, which is the fact that it seemed like everybody who was sponsored to play the game while they were sponsored said how the game was really good, and then nobody ever came back to play more of it on stream. So I don't know if that tells me what I need to know, but it kind of feels like it's pretty good, but it's just not hitting those same levels as Vermintide. And I'll say it, if no one else will. If someone has to say it, I might as well be that guy. I think that the Age of Sigmar universe is more fun to be in than the 40k universe. And I know what you're thinking, well, of course it is. The 40k universe is made to be depressing. Yeah, but like 40k sometimes to me has the same kind of vibe as people who like happy tree friends a lot, or people who look at gore in their free time. Where 40k glazers are like the whole world is so dark, and then you look at it on the inside and it's just like, when everything's so sad all the time, I don't know, it kind of stops losing its stun for the 97th time in a row. Then eat a nullberry. Fair. I probably should. The more we get hit, the more I'm going to need the nullberry. Hold. I think he's moving locations right now, so we'll just eat this in the meantime. Also, where is my supply drop? It was somewhere over here. Do supply drops despawn? Because if so, I hate supply drops, and this will be the last time we ever use one. Supply drops totally despawn because it drops somewhere around here and it's just gone. Okay. Fuck supply drops from now on. But yeah, I don't know. 40k's universe, the more time I spend in it, the more I find the only reason I like the orcs is because it's the only time they're writing where it looks like they're having fun in the universe. And I know it's like the universe isn't made to be fun. No, but it's made to be interesting, and I don't find it interesting when everything is just the same of everything is horrible. And I know it's like, well, it's supposed to be satirical of like the way our society works. Yeah, well, I already have that. It's called looking at how our society works. I don't need my escapism from society to be like, don't we live in a fucked up society? Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm escaping into a different form of fiction. And then you could say, well, it's just not made to be escapist fiction. Sure, but I just don't think it's made to be like very... I'm gonna stop this before I say something that people are going to be upset about. The bottom line is, the more I see of 40k's universe, the less I like it. Because it's just like, I don't know. It feels... eh. And that's to me. You can, I'm not saying you have to agree. You can be like, 40k has my favorite stuff in the entire world, and that's awesome for you. It's just not for me. Dude, when do you... I got ledged. I got fucking ledged on. That's so sad. I would have dodged it too. But unfortunately, my guy had to do an animation of, oh, let me pull up from the ledge. All right, he's on oats right now. I don't have much knowledge or specific interest in 40k. I just enjoy the game. Yeah, I mean, because then people say, well, if you want to see the good guys, look at the Ultramarines. But then the Ultramarines are just kind of like cookie cutter. We follow our orders and get stuff done, and we're so strong because we're the good guys. And in this fwicked up world, people look to us. And then people are like, yeah, but even the Ultramarines are actually not that good. If you want to look at a good one, look at the Salamanders who will burn children alive. And it's like, oh, I get it. So they're also kind of like bad. I don't know, man. It's not that like media needs to have good and bad guy. It's just that like 40k is a media where there are no good characters, so I have no point of investment whatsoever. If your story is look how horrible everybody is, you've essentially created It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but I'm supposed to take it seriously. Where the entire point of It's Always Sunny is look how horrible these people are. Don't you not feel bad when bad things happen to them? And the answer is yes, of course I don't feel bad when bad things happen to them. They're horrible people. But then in 40k, they're like, look how horrible everything is. Aren't you rooting for them? And it's like, just not really at all. It's not even a little bit. And as many 7-hour videos as you can make somebody watch that tries to get you to care about the lore, it's just never worked on me. And I say this as somebody who has played the tabletop game. In fact, I own all of my minis from my army. It's just not for me. That's an opinion that I probably shouldn't, you know, say in front of 40k fans, because they will kill me for it. But I don't know, man. Space depression being your entire genre is kind of like, is that where we're at? Finally, we got him out of his enraged mode. He was kind of fucking us up. Ooh, good delay, good delay. Well, this sucks. Don't hit me, Oats. Thank you. All right, keep whacking him on the noggin. Yeah. Best viewers on. Damn, wait. Baked Grazer 8 HD. You're a new bot. Thank you so much for making me the first account you wanted to view bot for. You want to know how I know he's a new bot? Because Twitch gives you a warning that's like, this is a known botter who's been reported from a lot of people's channels. Dude, Baked Grazer 8 HD has decided that my channel was the first one that he should be investing in. And honestly, I kind of respect that, man. Congratulations, you found Bitcoin early. Your wife will be happy when you put your life savings into this channel. And that's for sure. What's your return on investment? I get a lot of money, man. Isn't that enough of a return for you? If I have any moderators, could they please remove the Baked Grazer from my chat? As much as we do love baked individuals around here, unfortunately, Baked Grazer, I'm gonna have to ask you to get voted off the island. One message deleted. He's been banned. Damn, poor guy. He deserved so much better. He chose me first, and yet this is how I repay him. Just goes to show you can't trust anybody these days. No one's loyal. I think he ran this way, down this tunnel, I believe. Can confirm I put all of my life savings into this stream. And how much money are you getting in return? If you're about to say none, shut the fuck up, by the way. But like, how much are you getting in return? Is it not the most worthwhile thing you've ever had? Why were you shooting out electric orbs? Who were you fighting, Zinogre? Was that all just in preparation for me? Oh, shit. Well, this is embarrassing. Okay. Wow, he powered up quick as fuck. Can we get these beetles out of here? We might be able to, actually. Okay. There it is. We've got to blow up his arm. Hopefully that's just enough damage to make him, like, unaggro. Because I believe his state of enrage is a lot like Gore's, where it's not exactly a normal enrage, and so long as he doesn't ever take too much damage. Wow, that was a lot of damage, speaking of. Whew. We'll be fine. No, unfortunately, we are currently not. Take one of these. Call me in the morning. All right, good shit. Honestly. Ah, shit. Yeah, whatever. Now we have to eat another one. Wow. Oh, okay. Eat another one of these. Come on, dude. Leave me be. Do you mind for even a second? No, apparently, you want me dead. Fucked up if you ask me. What? What? Don't mind carding, right? This isn't the first time we've ever carded or anything like that. What stunned me? The win? Wait, you guys saw I got up, I didn't attack, nothing hit me, and then I was stunned. Like, if I got up and then got stunned, sometimes it's weird like that, where it'll be a couple seconds of, like, a weird delay between you actually getting stunned when you get up or something like that. But that time, we definitely had a decent amount of motion and even attacks going off before I got stunned. I guess it was just his shit. That must be what people mean when they say they've got aura. Zinogre was just like, hey, buddy, by the way, you should be stunned by now. And my hunter was like, much obliged, my man. That can't have been right. What the fuck? Like, that felt really strange. I mean, again, I still think we clear this. We're running almost entirely out of healing items. What's my thunder resist at? -5. Okay, that adds up, because I was like, he's dealing a lot of damage. Yep, the numbers would prove that, so. As it turns out, maybe you can trust math. You motherfucker. Going to Area 1 at this time of year, I was just there, and I'm telling you right now, it's not as nice as you think. Yeah. You do a roar because you're so scary. Whatever, man. Woo! What a sidestep. Okay. All right. Just get in some damage. This should be roar into a punish. 1, 2. Okay. There it is. Get into sword mode. Dodge that. Imagine in your mind if those hit. If I had just a couple more inches. Oh, God. Society if. Are you running away? Bro, you just got here. Oh, my God. Why do monsters in this game never fight sometimes? It might be the most aggravating part of old Monster Hunter games is when this kind of shuffle happens. Maybe he thinks that my paintball's about to wear off again. No such luck. Maybe he's going to bed. Maybe we did enough damage to him because he is not moving now. And if that's the case, shouldn't I Demon Riot? Yeah, but that's assuming he is sleeping. He might just be eating. And if he's eating, I gotta stop him ASAP. Which is why I chose the slowest way possible to get there. It's what my navigator told me. Also, I don't like that you said don't worry about how much I'm getting back, by the way. It's gonna stop future investors. You should say I've already made back triple that. Aha, so he is sleeping. Okay. So let's set up a pitfall trap on him so I can really wail on him in Demon Riot when he wakes up. If I had any trank bombs on me, that's a paintball. Very different. Because now, we just hit a simple little combo, really. Weave in. How many hits is it going to take for you to not be pissed off anymore, Mr. Zinogre? If that is your real name. Okay. Fair. Can't see. I can't. I literally, I just had no clue what was happening. Okay. I don't know how he never unenraged there. He stayed pissed off to the bitter end. Oh, what a hunt. Damn, Zinogre's rough. I still don't think the one death that we took, we should have taken it all, but wasn't up to me. Because it just still felt weird. I swear the air itself stunned me. And maybe that is like an effect he has, because I guess he does kind of electrify the entire air around him. But me personally, I just wear rubber. I always wear rubber. I keep that shit wrapped up. Amen to that. Ribbed for my pleasure. What kind of shrooms are we looking for right now? Aside from... What's that noise? Is it supposed to be the ocean? I have no clue. It stopped happening right after I pointed it out. I was trying to listen in to figure out what it was. Precisely when they decided no more of that. I heard it only in my right ear, but I don't know. Is my audio segmented for you guys, or do I condense it down into one channel? Because I know my voice I condense into one channel because I want it to be the same on both sides. It just makes more sense that way. Claw, horn, shocker. Love to see it. Claw. All right, we did get Folger bugs, whatever. I guess that's fine. Man, Zinogre was rough. He was kind of beating my ass for a bit there. I won't lie. I won't lie. Sorry, I told you I'm really out of it today. I don't know what it is. I might be getting sick, but like I feel like I get sick every single week. I wonder if I overwork. Working. Classic. Sky Lily set. Armor fish morsel. What do I do for this one? Sky tribe rice to the occasion. Okay. We should probably do any of the ones that get us outfits like that. Blossom cricket quest reward. I don't think we're doing that though. Design. Cathar flying fish. This is a 4-star hub quest. Okay, we should do that one. Chico corn, the 1-star quest. Yikes, someone missed that one for a while. Rice flower quest reward. Maybe that one we should do. Poogie clothes. Hog and a frog is a really good outfit, but we kind of have the pink hog and a frog, don't we? The one for girls. You can tell because it's pink. Who decided that pink would be for girls, by the way? Because pink might be one of the most masculine colors. I'm sorry, I don't know how to describe it, but like when I see pink, I don't think that it's feminine at all. I don't know if that's just me. I feel like it is a very mask color. I know societally it says otherwise, but I don't know. Like if you ever see a guy in pink, it just works. Shit, I'm wearing pink right now. No wonder. No, it's called projection. I wouldn't expect you to understand. Guard and hot-blooded. Yeah, we don't care about either of those. Gloves off. What the fuck is gloves off? Oh, latent power. Oh, okay. Saying pink goes hard. That's what I'm saying. Like, it just feels right. Pink was originally the boy color. Why'd we change it? Was it easier to market? That's definitely just you. No, pink goes insane on men. That's true. That's just true. How would it? No skills. How would it possibly go from critical eye 3 to no skills? What the fuck? Wait, maybe it would. Wait. Oh, I must have been looking at the wrong one, wasn't I? Yeah, I totally was. Oh. That's Red Morales? What's Red Morales? What do we, Nah, pink looks super gay on men. See, that's what your issue is. You have to attribute extra words to it. It just looks crazy good. If I was shoes that are pink, yeah. I agree with that. Because people were buying more pink for girls than for boys, so capitalism made its choice. See, people put themselves in their own boxes. We're all prisoners of our own minds. That's the issue. You allow yourself to be swayed by what the commonality of man says, you'll never find yourself walking your own line. Do I care about any of the other ones we could possibly get right now? I don't think so. The only one I really care about is the Rathalos stuff, but like, even then, because Tenderizer's nice, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Look at my profile picture. Girly as fuck. No, man. I feel like guys in pink are masculine. Especially you do like a white and pink. Now you're looking mad. Now there are ways you can do pink that definitely do make it feel far more feminine. But I think like you do striking pinks and whites. I'm like, this guy knows what's up. All pastels are girly? I don't know about that. You think light blue is girly? Like if I was to wear the same color as these nutrients, I don't think that that looks girly. I don't know, maybe are you of the mindset that men should like only wear black? Black, gray, and white? And same for blue and women, but that suddenly changed. I'll bring it back. But like IDK, anything close to like fuchsia pink that sears my eyeballs. I agree it's like very abrasive to look at, but it would be one of the most masculine ones. Like, let's not lie. If you saw somebody wearing that kind of hot, fluorescent, neon pink, that guy's got confidence to him. That's a certain level of confidence. And you could say it's a certain level of homosexuality, but I think to be that openly homosexual, that's also a certain level of confidence. That, well, at least in the US. And a lot of other countries around the world. Now, should it be that way? I'm not here to comment politically on anything. All right, marshlands? I don't know. What am I looking for here? After running out of items, I don't think I need either of those. First aid meds, maybe. Homosexual in public, brother that's gay? Yes, generally a brother that is gay would probably be a homosexual in public. If I'm understanding this correct. Do we want capture supplies for free? I mean, that's not bad. Sorry, it's not free. It's 500 points, and I only have 196,000 of them. So I think that like we are closing in on maybe not having that many. Well, I agree with that, but it's still gay, just confidently gay. Yeah, bye. I guess what I'm saying is we should get more straight guys to wear that in public, because then it becomes normalized. But like as it is right now, you know how some people have a kick me sign or like a honk if I'm homosexual on their bumper sticker? It's kind of like a symbol that isn't that great. At least depending on what part of the US you're in, right? Like you're doing that shit in Alabama, you're different. You are a different breed. Now, I know this is the marshlands where we could technically use a hot drink. I just don't see the Duramboros chilling in those tight caverns. That's not him. He was back here. Oh no, this is my supply drop. I was so confused, man. I was like, what the fuck? I missed him entirely. Yo, dude, that's a good thing, isn't it? Gay guys want to find each other? Yeah, but like, so like, it's good if you're at like a gay bar, but I don't know if it's good if you're in like the deep south of the United States. I think that probably means you're asking to get drawn and quartered. I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm just saying, like, you know what you're... You know, I'm surprised you're here, Duramboros. I just feel like this whole area is a bit small for you, for a man of your physique. I'm surprised that didn't hit. Imagine hitting on someone and he's straight. Well, like... Isn't that true for anybody you hit on? Imagine you hit on them and the other gender, the other sexuality, the one you didn't account for. Like imagine hitting on a woman and they're gay. It's probably a little bit awkward, but I don't think you're gonna kill somebody over it. Okay, he absolutely MJ walked out of that. Damn, the Moonwalk King is back. The Duramboros is here. God, put the Duramboros in wilds. Why? I don't know. He's just cool. And we don't have cool guys like this anymore. There's just something about this big, dumb, mace-looking guy. That is one incredibly small Duramboros. Do not emasculate Duramboros in front of me. All of the Ramboroses of all sizes are good. Okay. I mean, he's already staggering. He's terrified of me. Well, not when he does that. Maybe he's not. Of loud signals like wearing pink. What if a girl's wearing pink? What does this tell you? Are you allowed to hit on them? Yes or no? I'm testing your logic right now. I'm seeing if you can pass the skill check. And this one's gonna, you know, and the other one would jump at me at the end. I'm not used to this guy's kind of like moonwalk shuffle. So I was waiting for him to hop up in the air and he just didn't do it. The no mix is one of the best mixes you can possibly do. The mix swirl mix. Yeah, that's right. He's a singed player. Okay. Yes. Huh? I don't know. I saw a TikTok that said pink is for the girlies. So now what are we supposed to do? But IDK if she wears like plaid shirts. Wait, so then the loud signals don't matter. They only matter in one direction. Incoming supply drop. Drop it directly on the Duramboros, please. It would be so funny. Close enough. Wait, actually not even close enough. Where the fuck is it? Oh, it's right there, 2 feet away. Hey, Duramboros, just give me a second. I gotta go pick up my rations. These are gonna get cold if I don't pick them up. I'm sure you understand. You look like the kind of man who would only eat your cuisine hot. Your kid's cuisine, if you will. Dude, that's how you knew someone was fucking loaded. You walk over, they have kids' cuisine in their freezer. Holy. Name brand kids' cuisine? I mean, what are you, rich? Oh, you're saying if she wears plaid shirts. Sorry, no. I misread it because I was fighting the Duramboros. I thought you said, I don't care if she wears like plaid shirts. Or sorry, plaid skirts. And then I was like, aha. I mean, it must... Okay. But like, what about if you're in a gay bar? What men do you hit on there? Or women? And you might say you wouldn't be at the gay bar? Wow, homophobe. Wow, everyone look at this guy. And I know there are some people that say there are no reason for straight people to be at gay bars, but I do have to somewhat object to that, right? There is a very specific reason, and it's nobody makes a fruity cocktail as well as a gay man. So, like, there's absolutely a reason to be there. To soak up the atmosphere and vibe, and then also enjoy some cocktails. Now, is it ironic that the gay man can make cock best? You tell me. I'm not here to judge that part, all right? I'm just here to enjoy my meal. Dinner and a show, they call it. See, now this is what I was waiting for. I love when he does that attack. That shit's awesome. And you can kind of tell, I should get better at that. When you deal enough damage, they have a special animation that says, hey, I'm about to roar. I know they always have an animation that says they're about to roar, but I mean specifically like, they'll do an animation that cancels into them roaring. Me getting hit there, I just honestly did not have any idea what was happening, so fair enough. Okay. Yet again, I still don't have any clue. I'm just kind of hitting at his grundle because I know that shit hurts. Imagine having a horsefly stuck at your taint. That must be rough. Imagine... Hold on. I'm about to use my most diabolical spell of all time. Duramboros, imagine getting a paper cut on your urethra. Yeah, now all of a sudden he's like, oh shit, oh damn. I know he's imagining it. It's one of those things that when you hear it out loud, you just have to kind of like wince a little bit because you're imagining it. Just gonna let him completely sit on me, but that was out of pleasure. Duramboros isn't that bad at all of a fight, by the way. Like, he's... Hold on. Let me not get my shit rocked, because normally I get my shit rocked right after I say this. Why am I healing here? What's wrong with me? Anyways, he's really easy. Because he's just huge and slow. But that one where he sat on me, damn, did that deal damage. So I guess that's kind of the idea with him, is he has huge damage, it just doesn't really ever land. Made me recoil IRL, bad rat. Look, there's a reason that spell has been outlawed by the Wizard Committee. All right? It came down to a vote in the Wizard Congress between outlawing the paper cut on urethra spell or your diarrhea is replaced with bees spell. They decided that the urethra spell was definitely the worst of the two. But the bee diarrhea one is probably next to go in terms of forbidden spells. However, the fact that there was an extra activation condition made people say that that one should probably stay. Woo! Dude, it must be so actually funny to piss off. If you don't know, there's a community on TikTok, which is Witch Talk, who they do believe that they can cast spells and hexes on people, which, like, look, obviously they cannot. However, I'm not gonna stop them from believing that they can. That's their right, not mine. But it must be so funny to beef with them, because they're probably about to hit you with like a, that's it, buddy, I'm casting a hex on you. Hex of bad fortune. And then the guy will be like, bought a lottery ticket and didn't win. And the witches on TikTok are like, yep, another victory for us. It's just that easy when you're a modern day witch. Ambrose is a fun fight. I like this guy a lot. I don't think he's limping though. He normally has a little bit more of a sway to his step when he's limping. They often do. Have you seen the comments? No, every time I see anybody talking about witch talk, it's always witches responding with like a that's it, hex 'em girls. I think that's so funny, man. That shit makes me lose it. Or maybe that was on Facebook. And I mean, there's thousands of covens out there if you listen to them. I'd imagine being like one of the witches and oh, it must be rough. Is it like a cutie mark thing from I was about to say Hello Kitty. What the fuck is the show called? My Little Pony, that's what it's called. Is it like a cutie mark thing where whatever coven you belong to is decided for you at birth? God, it must be fucked up to get assigned to the witch equivalent of the IRS. Getting born into this world and being told your spell is being able to audit people? Fuck, man. Life would be very fun if we could actually use magic that just makes life inconvenient for people. You actually can do that just without magic. You can make life inconvenient for people. You can, like, cast Spell of Pop Tire by using simply a nail. Spell of fucking stolen catalytic converter. A simple spell, yes, but quite unbreakable. I had thought about this before, and I think it's like an insanely good idea to get revenge on somebody, but I don't know how you would do it. Like, realistically. If anybody ever really pissed you off, you could do an insane but petty way to get back at them that would also leave them unaffected for so long until the day it completely ruins one of their days. And my idea is you would go to a car dealership and buy a new version of their car, right? And then the whole point is you would somehow swap their car's license plate with your license plate of the newly purchased version of their car, and they would start driving the newer version of the car. Now you might say, well, why is this a bad idea, or why is this a petty prank? Because when they take it into a dealership for any kind of work or like a mechanic for anything, their registration's VIN number is going to be off from the car itself, and so people are going to think they stole it. Because now the numbers don't match based off their registration. They don't know what to do. Why is there another circle above? Astalos, what are you doing here? In my Duramboros? I got fucking edged again. Do monsters hurt each other? God, I hope so. Because this is just hell. They have to, right? I'm just gonna let whatever happens, happens. Sorry, I just heard somebody knocking beneath me. It might be happening. They might hate me for streaming. But dude, it's not even 8 o'clock at night. Get a fucking grip. Alright, we'll go back to being quiet. But it was a lot of knocking. But I can't tell. It might have just been for my downstairs neighbor. Maybe they got like a package or something. Maybe their bad dragon dildo finally arrived. Sorry, I would like to make them into a caricature of like a sexual deviant just for the fact that like then I can feel better. It's the only way. I've got to like I've got to straw man them to be a person. That way I can win the argument in my mind and thus have the moral high ground. Okay, cool. I was just playing over here so we can get this off. The other AirPods, just the singular AirPod and then leave the other one, that would also go crazy. Yikes, this is gonna fucking hurt. Yep, all right, that's my skull caved in. We're fine, we're fine. Saw it again. I saw the animation cancel and I didn't do anything to stop it. Yeah, there's a lot of knocking going on beneath me yet again. Dude, do they just hate Monster Hunter? Maybe they hear me talking about the Duramboros and they're like, this is triggering a lot of stuff within me. I remember way back when I had to fight them. And if that's the case, I mean, I'm sorry for any trauma I would be causing them. However, get over yourself. You know what? It does make sense that I would eventually need to sharpen. I just didn't think it would ever happen to me. Okay. What did I wound there? Because you moved like you had a wound, yet your whole entire tail is still there. I really want to cut off this tail. I don't think you can at all, because it wouldn't make sense if you could. Really want to. Oh. Hey guys, that was the zone that we could change between. Well, with that said, let's just sharpen this bad boy real quick, and then we'll be right back to fighting our other guy. We could go for the Astalos. I just don't see any reason to right now, honestly. You miss me? I hope so. I've missed you. Uh-oh. I noticed someone who's reappeared on my map. Hey, Duramboros, how about we get out of here, man? I really thought that you were agreeing with me, honestly. That's kind of messed up. I did think we were on a wavelength together. Dude, there's no shot that they're upset at me, because I'm louder when I play other games offline, I swear. Like, there's no shot I'm louder right now than I am when I play Repo. I just don't believe that's true. Subquest completed. Your mound has been broken, buddy. What are you going to do without your precious mound, Your favorite candy bar? Okay. You got a little more damage on the tail there. Again, I'm just mainly hoping. Yeah. Oh, that's definitely a limp. You're not even that large. You know what? Never mind. I was thinking, like, what if he's a crown-sized one? I don't think that he is, but I haven't fought enough of them to know off the dome. The Duramboros is right over here. What's he up to? Oh, turns out being upset at me. I really didn't think he would be. He really... Huh. Does that mean that Valstrix is gonna spawn here? Because we've seen him once now. Like, I wonder if he can just appear as an invader now. I'm not saying he will, but I'm like, it could be likely. So do I just hit the giant ball to break whatever it is that you break on his tail? Or is it just like only related to his head? I don't know how many, by the way, after this, I might do like one more hunt and then end. I know that's barely any time for a Monster Hunter stream. Yeah, I'm just kind of like worried about getting kicked out. And I know I've said this multiple times, but it is a valid concern, I think. I mean, I don't know if they can end my... I don't think they can terminate my lease early. Woo. Okay, we're fine, we're fine. See which one he does. It was that one. Get over here. Give me the fucking tail, man. Come on. Okay, or don't. That's fine. It's your tail. I guess it's more up to you than me anyways. I was hoping so much we could get an extra tail card. Looks like it will not be the case. I guess it might make sense, though. I think the room that I stream in is... My apartment has a really weird setup, right? And the room that I'm in, not every apartment has. It's like a special extra room that you pay extra to have within your apartment. The way it's positioned, it's very possible that everybody in the hallway can always hear me. You know, I said it's very possible. Let me change that. It's 100% the case that everybody in the hallways can hear me. So, like, it is possible I'm too loud, right? But it's never been an issue, and I've been here for over a year. So I feel like this is a new gen who moved in. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like if you move into an apartment, right, you don't have any right to complain about the culture that was there. Because this is what you decided to move into. The hallway can only hear mumbling, not words. Really? Actually, wait, can we go do a test real quick? Can you go take out the trash? And I'm going to talk at the volume at which I normally talk instead of the quieter one. And I want to hear what you can say. Because my roommate is in Twitch chat. He's one of my moderators. So I want to see if it does work that way. I've tested it before. That's crazy. Wait, then what? Then there's no shot it's about me, right? I must just be overthinking it. I mean, it's like I said, the main thing that's made me concerned about it was that one email I got where it was well, I say one email, the series of 4 emails in a row from my apartment complex that were like, remember, noise complaints exist. And I'm like, I know. I don't think I'm that loud, though. Like, I don't think I'm a very quiet individual. I definitely think my voice carries a good bit, especially when I talk at a normal volume, which I normally try not to for stream, honestly, because I'm worried it's too loud. I've got a bit of a booming voice to me, I would say. I blame that on unregulated childhood trauma, we'll say. And now nobody can make fun of it because you're fucked up if you make fun of my trauma. All right. Another Duramboros hunted. I believe that also gives us a new ingredient, which is good because we definitely need more high-end ingredients. I have kind of been slacking on picking those up. Wyvern gem, hard moss plate, horn, hump. No more humps. All right, that's fine. I believe a hump is what we were looking for to make our axe. So I don't know if we'll even, after hunting this one, I don't know if we'll be able to. Unfortunately, the Rathium was a little bit of a bust, if I had to say. It just wasn't... Like, getting a power version of it is definitely nice, but I don't know if it changes that much. You're back. Well, I promised an equipment design, make it at the Palico Armory. Shit. That was the Mariner set. Okay, well, that sucks. So now we should have a new Mariner set, though, that we can make. That's worth something. Is it this one? No, that's Rathalos. That's Zinogre. That's Gravios. That's Celtis Queen. Damn, wait, the Celtis one's so sick. Agnactor. Duramboros. Plesiot. Plesiot one does go kind of crazy. I'll credit where credit's due. It does go insane. Aragon. Dargakuga. None of these are... at all what I was thinking. That are we sure we have a new one we're able to make? Because that's just the Tetsukabra. Maybe it's back here somewhere? Is it one of these? No. No. God, imagine if I read. Oh, society if only I ever learned how to read. Okay. So that was to try and make one of these. Oh, that's the level up that would take everything. Everything I've ever known and loved. Don't really know if that's what we're going for. Could make the Nargacuga one. Yet again, I just don't think that it's that worthwhile for us. The Power Gasher we can just craft separately. The Bruiser one doesn't upgrade into anything if I remember right. And then the other one's unlocked at level 5, but we need Uragaan Scoots for it. But we could just go do an Uragaan if we really wanted to. None of that is able to be made. And we are missing 2 tail cases now. Fuck, man. Because I kind of wanted to make this one. I don't know if I care that much for it. We do have the Tetsukabra one, which we've already made before. Don't care for the Logi. And the Arzurius, we've definitely already upgraded before. We upgraded it in order to make the Dios Axe. So what else are we looking at then? We've made most of these. We could go hunt the double hunt of Zamtrios and make this afterwards. It's not a bad idea. Is it a particularly great one? I don't know. It's just kind of like whatever. I think it'd be fun. And last I checked, that's what life is all about. Dude, I cleaned out this shaker that I'm using now because I've got a bunch of those like not supplement, but energy drinks that are G Fuel / Gamer Sup / Advanced GG, like just the powder you add to water. And then bada bing, bada boom, you have an energy drink. You want my official review on them? Stay away from G Fuel, man. G Fuel kind of sucks ass. I'm not gonna lie. It's so powdery after you make it. By the time I'm to the end of my G Fuel, I feel like I gotta chew whatever is left in there to get the rest of the energy out of it. And it's just not worthwhile. I'm sorry. But Gamer Subs, at least it dissolves nicely. Sometimes the flavors can be a smidge too artificial for me because you can tell they use a lot of artificial sweeteners. And I don't know if that's what I'm looking for either, but like, it's still better than some of the other ones. While we're here, what else am I looking for, by the way? I guess Congalala parts? Because we need claws from it, but I don't know if we're able to get claws from these drops. As far as I can tell, the game doesn't tell you anywhere. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And that is what I am talking about. It's just that easy. It's actually just that easy for a pro gamer such as myself. What can I say? Went to a pachinko parlor in Japan. From now on, I understand everything that has to go on with that kind of a skill set in my brain. Okay. Yeah, we should go put those away. We have more burned husks, which means we can go check if we want to get any other of the, like, what are they called? The supply drops? The things that I'm able to sign up for, the reserves or something like that. We're able to check if we want to get more of those, which we probably do. We'll also take out some more paintballs. Running a little bit low. I think 6 might not be enough. I think 36. Feel a little bit safer with that one. 5 poison smoke bomb, a normal smoke bomb. I don't really know what you use a smoke bomb for at all. Obviously creating a smoke screen, but I just guess I don't really understand how that's useful for me. Now, while we're at it, is there anything I've missed out on? We could technically make the Gouda axe. I don't think it's going to do much for us. We didn't make that one. We did make that one. We haven't made the Astalos one, which might be worth making because I feel like that one will have upgrades off of it. Same with the Glavenus one, but we are down a Glavenus shell. The Glavenus shell feels like something you just get by hunting him in the Palico thing, so maybe we could just get it from there. We've made that. We've made that. We haven't made the Tigrex one. Sorry, the Tigrex one. Yeah, I'm learning. I don't know if we're ever going to make that one. Dragonite and Uragaan Scoots. We need to go fight an Uragaan. We'll go fight the low rank Uragaan. Fine. We'll just beat him up real quick. I mean, it's low rank, right? So, like, I shouldn't have anything to worry about here. Is Uragaan all the way here? There's no way they put Uragaan with the big boys, right? No, they did not. Uragaan's before the big boys. Down here somewhere? Yeah, fight or Uragaan. That would be the name of that one. I don't care if it's T-Rex. I'm never saying it like that. It does fight you on the way out. It doesn't feel right to say it as Tigrex. Tigrex makes way more sense, especially because it's a tiger, man. I know it's also a T-Rex with its face, but the rest of it definitely isn't a T-Rex. The rest of it's way more chicken. which I know that the closest living relative of chickens is the T-Rex. Whichever way. Sorry, closest living relative of the T-Rex is a chicken. At least that was the last I heard from scientists. I know they changed their mind on dinosaurs a lot, so they might have gone back on that one too. The one that I can't stand for, and I've brought it up before, because it just disgusts me to my very core. Dude, have you seen how they're redesigning the Spinosaurus to look? Every single time they give another pass through of like, what if the Spinosaurus looked like this? He loses more and more aura to the point that I'm surprised they were ever afraid of him in Jurassic Park. It just doesn't add up to make any sense. T makes sense since it's tigre, not tiger. Yeah. But the X just kind of makes it feel like it's because you couldn't call it Tiger X. But also, it just doesn't feel right to say. The Tiger X, not Tiger X. Yeah, but like, you see what I mean? Tiger X, not Tiger X. Even when you spell it there, I can see how it would be pronounced in a different way if it was spelled Tiger X. However, either way, I call him a mistake because I don't enjoy his fight. Mainly because I think too many of his hitboxes are too active. It's just not that fun. Everything he does, monsters that have a very active and very large hitbox for walking forward are never fun to fight. And it's why I don't like the Rathian. You could also... See you around, Oregon. Blink and you'll miss him. You could also say that Rathian falls into that category and Rathalos do, and I definitely think Rathian does. But for some reason, Rathalos's walk attack, it feels like it takes him longer to get into it, where it feels like it's gonna be an attack. None of the other ones feel like they'll be an attack. Tigrex running at me ravenously, even with that, it doesn't feel to me like he's about to attack me. It feels like... Hold. Hit him with one of these. It feels like he's winding up into another attack. It's why I don't like the Shogun Hermitar's walk at you attack. Alright. Uragon, not very happy we have to fight you ever again. I promised the world I would only fight you once, but the fucked up developers were just like, hey, what if every single weapon you ever wanted required this guy? What if every single weapon you ever wanted made you have to look at Thanos in the eyes, The answer is, I still wouldn't like Thanos all that much. Didn't agree with his genocide plan the first time. Dude, speaking of, did you guys ever watch that show, Marvel What If? Dude, there was one that I kind of hated from the What If. So What If was... I mean, honestly, there weren't many that were good, in my humble opinion. But... What If was looking at parallel universes of what if this happened instead. One of them was what if T'Challa was Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill. Like, I didn't like that episode at all because it didn't... It felt like they just said T'Challa is intrinsically a better person than Peter Quill and everything in life would have been better if anybody other than Peter Quill was Star-Lord. Which I kinda hated. For example, T'Challa, off-screen, talks Thanos into joining him and giving up on his plan for genocide. That requires you to Flanderize Thanos as a character so hard because he would never admit that his plan was wrong at all. We even see in the mainline MCU, Gamora tries to reason with her father, who still cares about Gamora, by saying, you don't have to do this plan, there's other ways, this is a stupid idea. And basically, his response is, I get where you're coming from, but you're just wrong, I've thought this through, and no matter what, it has to go this way. So the idea that T'Challa could just be like, Thanos, buddy, did you ever think that maybe you're doing the wrong thing? And then Thanos is like, wait, you're right, I'm actually a good guy. It just doesn't make sense. You're telling me T'Challa's so good at talking to people that even Thanos, who only... MCU Thanos' motivation is trash. I agree that his motivation is trash, but his conviction isn't. That's what isn't trash about him. Like, if you think through his plan, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But at the very least, his character is defined by his unwavering commitment and conviction to getting his plan done. Even though everybody else can be like, dude, this plan doesn't make sense, and also your rationale behind it doesn't add up. But it doesn't matter because reason doesn't matter to him at that point. That's kind of like his character, right? Is he knows to himself he's right, and you can't convince him otherwise no matter what you do. And yet T'Challa had one talk with him in the What If world, and he was like, you know what? You are right. Wait a minute. Why didn't I think of that? Woo. And then they also defeat the Collector so effortlessly, who in the What If universe brought down Hela in order to get her crown. Which is like, I just don't believe that T'Challa would have been able to do that. I really don't. But yes, I do agree that, like, anybody can logic out his plan and say how Thanos' plan makes absolutely zero sense in the MCU, and his characterization is very weird because it's like, yeah, Chadwick Boseman was truly built different. I know. I mean, maybe nobody, that's kind of the issue. Nobody had the Naruto hand extended, we don't have to fight. You can still make it different. Hey, I know you genocided half the Earth, big guy. Sorry, half of the known universe, big guy, but that's all right. We all have grumpy days from time to time. Come on, Thanos, join us. Let's pop this bad boy. Should go off just in time. Woo. Okay, good shit. Now, he should be rolling worse because I popped his back spines. Do I know if it will make him trip? No, but I figure if anything will, it's got to be him having a fucked up back. Okay, fair enough. I'd roar too. But yeah, that episode made the least sense to me out of all of them. It was also, in terms of just being built too different, dude, when, I can't even remember the character's name. The guy in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 who works for, oh man, wow, I can't remember any of their names right now. Blue guy's name was like what, Ronan? Ronan, I think it was. The guy who works for Ronan, and Peter Quill says, I'm Star-Lord, and then he responds, I've never heard of you, whatever, let's get this guy still. And it introduces us as a character to Star-Lord in the MCU. After we've just seen him have this really cool dancing scene where he's breaking in. Ronan worked for Thanos. Yeah, but this agent that they meet with at the start of Guardians 1 works for Ronan, who I don't think knows he works for Thanos. No, I'm not saying he'd be opposed to working for Thanos. Random alien guy, yeah. So, the way we're characterized with Peter Quill existing is he's this cool, mysterious guy who has a mask, right? And you're like, wow, who is this Peter Quill guy? And then who is this guy with the mask? And he says he's Star-Lord. Then the reveal of, I've never heard of you, tells us that this Star-Lord guy is just kind of a nobody who's trying to make a name for himself. In the What If one, T'Challa takes off the mask and he goes, I am Star-Lord. And the other guys are like, holy shit, we've heard of you, we're huge fans. And like, it starts the What If by saying, just so you know, T'Challa's objectively a better Star-Lord. Peter Quill's a piece of shit. And from then on, I was kind of like not as invested because it was the level of writing that I would have in middle school for my own hero OC, where I go, everybody would love him and he'd be so cool and he could talk anybody out of anything, but also he's really good at fighting and he's awesome. That's kind of how it felt to me. I don't really remember too many of the other episodes. I just remember that one really sticking out because I felt like they made the main character too perfect. Then at the end of the episode, we find out Peter is stuck at a dead-end job at Dairy Queen. I know. They were really like, everything goes so perfect. Except for Peter. I mean, I guess on the bright side, Igor got him at the end, so he's gonna be half god, half planet. It's gonna be, what's the one where he actually takes it over? Was it Master of Flame, or fuck, what is it called again? The one where he's like a sun god. You know the one I'm talking about. Where he actually decides that, yeah, I will go with my dad. Like my Undertale OC times New Roman. Yeah, where he's got like the sexy body of Sans. No, I see what you're going for here. This one we can finally level up. Throw in a bunch of mystery bones on this one. 12 even. So now we can make the Usurper's Downpour. We finally have ourselves the Zinogre weapon, which we can then instantly upgrade using 4 of our 22 Folger bugs. And then, if we go fight Zinogre some more, we will have a better version of that. Ooh, that was a good one to go for. 100%. That's Obsidian Axe. Where's our Usurpers? There it is. Or Usurpers. Whatever. Master of the Sun, I only know because of Rivals. Oh, yeah, that is right. He does have a rival skin. It's actually the only reason I like that rival skin. I do think the outfit's mad ugly, but it's kind of cool that it does have the actual relation back. So yeah, then we'd be able to get a sick weapon going. 180 power, a little bit of blue sharpness, not much. But that would be a really nice one to go get. All right. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm going to end stream here. 2 reasons. 1, I am a little bit exhausted. But 2, I keep hearing knocking beneath me, and I'm like, come on, man. Now, it could be that my voice bleeds into the apartment to the right of me, and then because of that, the people down and to the right of me think it's the people above, which is why I haven't specifically gotten a noise complaint. They've just kind of been vaguely saying, somebody's got to keep it down, because I don't know if they know it's me. But I'm worried, I'm stressed, and I don't think it's good for me to just stay stressed. But I kind of want to do another hunt, right? Like one more, because we just did Uragaan. Who cares about Uragaan, you know? Anybody could beat Uragaan. Any chucklefuck with their eyes closed could beat Uragaan. 2 hands tied behind their back. Okay, we're done this one. Let's go resend them out. This time, sap plants, odds are 2-star. If I change who's doing it, will it change the odds? No, it just doesn't change the odds. Why are the odds only 2-star? Oh, because I need to give you better... Ah. Surely your apartment can't let sound travel that hard? You would be surprised at how cheaply made my apartment is. The building is settling, and every day there's a new crack in my living room. I'm honestly kind of worried that one day I'm just going to wake up and the ceiling's going to be caved in. Like one time when Joe was at the store, I looked up, I thought there was a giant bug on the roof, and I was like, oh no, wait, why does this look so weird in the dark? So I turned on the light. The answer as to why it looks so dark, for anybody who would be curious, it was purely because of the fact that the drywall had fallen off and I was seeing the cement underneath. So, basically, I know for a fact that when I move out, I'm not getting my deposit back as though any of this is my fault. That's concerning. Well, I mean, what do you expect? We only pay around $2,000 a month to live here. So, I mean, it's hardly... You can't expect good service on that. Sorry, I'm trying to decide which one I want to do, and I don't know why I can't make a choice. I think it's because I don't care for any of these all that much. We don't really need honey. We don't really need... Oh, king scarabs, I guess we could go for. Yeah, let's just get some king scarabs. I don't know. It's something. Okay, they're too exhausted to go out again. So are most of them. So I guess we'll just go to the back here. Sure. All right. Aim for like right around here to go in between both. Right around here to go in between both. Right around here to go in between both. Whatever. I don't... We got it. Look, it's only concerning if you enjoy waking up and knowing for a fact that the roof above your head is still gonna be there. And, like, I don't need to know that. I consider every day that I wake up in general an honor. Fuck it, let's go run down another Zinogre. We're gonna capture him this time, though. Taming of the Zinogre. This one is... Oh, this one's a capture quest. Yeah, well, I was gonna capture anyways. So I feel like we can just do taming instead. That way we've got a different one. And if I ever fail the capture, which obviously we all know that I wouldn't, but like if I were to in this hypothetical crazy world, we can just slay 5 Remobra, and then I don't lose anyways. Okay. What I also want to set up while we're over here is going provision division. Clicking this one. And now we have extra stuff on the way. Now, you remember how I said the last one was going to be our last time on the stream? Ah, I just fucking lied. I just woke up and straight up started lying to people. I get it though. Lying is kind of awesome. It's like a superpower of sorts. Makes it easier to do our special conditions. If we get either one to activate, we're very happy. Like clockwork, huh? Like clockwork. Well, hopefully the roast is done. It totally is. Okay, and then we can just request a roast again using 10 of these. Now, where will we go get more meat? I don't know. That's such rodent energy. Look, if I can't run around and make noise and scurry, what's the point? There isn't one. Take like 9 of these with us, sure. We'll go through them eventually. Now, at start, we don't get anything. It's the oh yeah emote that we need to do, by the way. The oh yeah emote. Zinogre is strong enough that I don't think I can accidentally kill him. I will never have the invincible I thought you were stronger moment. We could just kill the Remobra right now. I hate fighting them so much that that is going to be a last resort if I really fuck up both of my traps and all of my trank bombs, of which I have a multitude. How many Remobra are around here? It's like an Elder Dragon's going to be nearby. Speaking of... Oh, I can't see the flare here. That's right, because you can only see the flare on this map when you're at the top of the world, right? You're on top of the world, eh? Taking it in for a while now. Taking it in. Where do we think a Zinogre would be? In an area like this? Maybe he would just be up top. I can also see him being in an open field. Zinogre kind of likes prancing. He's on his king shit kind of prancing around. We can go to Area 1 and grab our map while we're at it. I did just hear somebody walking up the stairs. Surely they're not pissed off. Because, like... Hold on. I'm going insanely quiet because I... Give me 1 second. Yeah, this will be the last down of the stream. What a world, what a world. This tangled web in which we weave. It might be a little bit more quiet than usual. We'll see, we'll see. I can tell it's just my next door neighbor that got home. I mean, maybe I just like moved this shit in. You know, the walls around here are kind of like paper thin. They probably hear me masturbating. Sorry. It's true though. And aren't you jealous? I know we didn't go to Area 2. What are the odds he's in Area 2 though? We're just gonna walk around. The beautiful part about Monster Hunter is it is just kind of like a walking simulator. Oh, hey Zinogre. How's it going, man? Moving in right now. Thank you. Finally. Yeah. No, that was definitely my next door neighbor who just got there and was knocking upon the door. So, oh yeah, they're knocking on the wall right now. They are not happy with me. Which is fucked up because like they're college age from what I know. What kind of college age person are you if you are like, oh gross, my neighbor's being loud? Aren't you supposed to be getting drunk and doing weed? Shouldn't you be like fucking hyped up that you have someone who's making noise next to you? Maybe they were just doing weed and getting drunk and now they're like back and they've got a hangover. They were probably crossed. That's what you gotta be worried about. It's fine, it's fine. You guys enjoy the Salted Slices ASMR anyways. You like when I'm closest to the mic. This is a gaslighting exercise, by the way, where I'm just gonna keep saying things until it becomes true. I mean, it's weird though, because after this I'm gonna play Marvel Rivals, and I'm gonna probably be louder, but I've never heard them get upset when I'm louder playing Rivals. So I don't understand. They must have, or maybe they're banging on the wall. It is remarkably quiet every time I'm not talking loud. Like, so much so that I don't think it's a coincidence. Now, I could be overthinking things, because I swear they've been here for a while and not had any issues with me. But maybe they've also recently taken up, like, a new oath of quietness. Or, I know it used to be, like, 2 couples that lived there. Possible one of the couples moved out, and the other one was the louder one. I don't know. We can theorize together. Let's all come up with our own headcanon for what's going on. Why do you think their marriage is falling apart? Go on. I blame it on the illegitimate child, but I'm open to any suggestions. I would love to hear what you guys think could possibly be tearing apart any kind of relationship they could be having. Maybe me. Do you ever hear them? I used to. I don't anymore, which is why I'm like, maybe they took up an oath. I mean, it would be kind of fucked up though, right? Like if both of us were loud together, for one of them to suddenly start being quiet and then complaining about the other one, that would be a fucked up thing to do. Because like, you and I were in this together. We understood this together. You can't switch up and then blame me for your switch up. I think that'd be a little bit fucked up. We're gonna be stunned here. We're not gonna be stunned here. Whew, thank God. We didn't get edged and ledged. I'm trying to get to my nullberries. 1. Okay, good. I just want to make sure we're not going to get stunned. Because it's so easy to get stunned fighting Zinogre. It's like he does a lot of lightning or something. I know that that might be a crazy idea. But like, it is really weird, right? Because the strangest part about it is absolutely I'm louder at other points that, well, now that I think about it, ever since I've been saying I might be getting noise complaints, I haven't really been playing many games at night aside from on stream. So maybe it is like somebody new and they just can't handle the neutron style. I mean, I feel like it's a skill issue, right? Like if you can't relax with me talking at a normal level right next to you, it's a skill issue for sure. Because especially because I know your ass is about to turn on Severance. So like, just turn up the volume, brother. Doesn't feel like it's my fault. That's honestly, when I walk out in the halls, I can hear other people's TVs. Maybe they just hate me. I've been told I have a very hateable personality. That's not true. I've been told I'm a delight all the time. Who tells you that? My mom, and that's it. Maybe they're watching the stream and are excited to partake. Wouldn't that be crazy if they had found the stream and they were just trying to limit test it and they were like, I feel like this is my neighbor. Let me start banging on the wall and seeing. You're a delightful person. See? People who are paid to tell me things. Finally. Oh, fuck. That's embarrassing. Honestly, that's really embarrassing that a bug got me paralyzed. I'm over here fighting Zinogre and I gotta worry about the bugs. The fucking little beetles. On your left, by the way. Do this. You're my favorite rat. You're also the only rat I know, but that's beside the point. You leave compliments when they're ahead. Like if I said you were the most attractive person I knew and then like afterwards was like, who has one arm? Taking away the qualifiers, that's a really nice thing to say. So no one has the right to complain about it because you're funny? Wait, that's true. Wait, actually, you're right. Wait, I'm infallible and I'm a god. Wait, hold on. You might be onto something. I probably, oh wait, we have a poison trap. A poison. How the fuck did they say it? Look, I'm not a cat, okay? I'm trying. There are item drops over there, but I just don't think they're helpful right now. I'm just gonna drink up one of these. Oats and Garfunkel, can we please bring the lad over here, man? Like, I understand you've got big thoughts going on in your brain, me too, but how about we get him over here first, and then together we can think about this. Got this lit up. Love to see that. Love to see that. Oh shit, that was loud. My fault. Forgot I had it that one. It's a poison Parisian. Isn't that one cell phone provider? Verizon? Got a 2-year contract and I'm stuck on Verizon. I got no iPhone. OGs will remember that one. New gen will say, what the fuck is he talking about? Dude, isn't it crazy how that like was a song at one point about not having an iPhone? The idea that you would not have an iPhone, the idea that like potentially you would exist in a world without a, by the way, I got stunned and killed there. The idea that you could potentially even exist without having a phone in your back pocket at all times. That's crazy. Specifically a smart one. Because like it was already at the point where everybody had a cell phone, but the question was, were you paying for minutes or did you have games on your phone? Now, if you had games on your phone at that point in time, what we were looking at, forgot to bring something, by the way, for getting my health back up. That's fine. Don't need health anyways. Health is fucked up, if you really think about it. It doesn't actually help you do anything, so, but yeah, back then, if you had games on your iPhone, it was probably like Pocket God, probably Angry Birds, Pocket Frogs. Oh, Tiny Tower was a huge one. If you had Tiny Tower, you were balling. That's for sure. Especially, oh man, you're matching your employees to their favorite jobs and giving them their dream jobs. Now you're kind of like talking outside of what most people were capable of on Tiny Tower. Okay. Good shit, good shit. These bugs are obnoxious as shit. Hold. Oh. I see you around, man. It's nice of him to stop by for a little bit. Shocking extract. You won't believe this. It's quite shocking. Shocking extract, perhaps? Monster broth. Okay, well, you won't believe it. It's actually not that shocking anymore. As it would turn out. Do we think he's asleep or eating? If he's asleep, we're chilling. We should just be able to trap and win. If he's eating, that's more likely because I don't feel like we've hit him much. Yeah. Fighting where there are Remobras. Oh my god. Fuck you. Ugh. Disgusting. Despicable. Hold. Mistimed the dodge. That's really atrocious. Just got a notification on my phone. Watch it be my apartment complex being like, you are officially kicked out. It is fucking over for you. Incoming supply drop. But you drop these nuts into your mouth. My fault. I mean, they were doing nothing but being kind, and here I am. Spreading ill will upon them. Leave me be. I mean, you're standing directly on what I need. Do you mind if I just take this real quick? Thank you. What a kind gentleman. Okay. This is the easy shock trap. There's no way you can get stuck in a shock trap. Wait, look at you. If you could get shock trapped, I would... Well, I suppose it goes without saying, but I would be shocked. I guess I'm trying to just say you wouldn't be alone. I'm getting hit by the second one. What am I supposed to do, man? I perfect dodged one, which meant I was forced to get hit by the second. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Sorry, I think I'm playing poorly right now because there's a little bit of external stuff going on. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Lock in, lock in. We don't fail capture quests. I mean, if I had more HP, like, / bought a max potion, like I should have, we'd be fine. I mean, I guess we can take from here. It's technically possible. I think it just gives me Psycho Serum from this one, though. That's all I ever get. Yeah, Psycho Serum. Still helpful, though, because we did just lose where he is on the map. It's possible he moves. Likely, no, but it's possible. Pop 1 right now, just to see where he's at. Yeah, still Area 7. Okay. Dang, that was a rough one to get hit by, though. After I perfect dodged the first one, I realized, oh shit, I'm not able to dodge in time for the second one. Maybe if I didn't attack? No, maybe... What should I have done? I think the best course of action there, and it's a little bit counterintuitive, is run towards him, towards his left palm specifically, because since he's attacking and lunging with that one, it is likely the safest spot there, because it's hardest for him to, since he has to take a step forward with that attack, should be hardest for him to hit near his mid-torso on his left side. So I think that's what you're supposed to do there. Hold on, man. I got no stamina. You wouldn't fucking hit a guy with glasses. Damn, your ass would. Yeah, see, because, like, it's really hard for him to hit there. I mean, obviously, I had a little bit of a difference there in terms of being able to do what I wanted. We have to dodge out of the way because we're going to get poisoned by a Remobra. Wow. That hit? Okay, good dodge. Would have been a rough world if we didn't dodge that one. It actually wouldn't have been much of a world. Everything would have been black. I see the red door and I want it to be black. Hulk be like, I see the green door. It's a classic one for comic book fans out there. Gotta hit me with the holy shit he knows about the green door. So you guys hit the face? Nope. Okay. Counted myself as lucky on that one. I fucking hate Remobras. I mean, I just have no time to cancel it, do I? Nope, not even a little bit. Okay. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Thank God. Holy. All right, all right. One attack. Remember your rock of safety. Rock of safety and protection. Nothing can hurt you behind it, except for if you run directly into an attack. That probably will still hurt. Are these Remobras fucking mind, by the way? Like, deadass, nobody likes you, man. You are not invited to the party at all. Throws a throwing knife at him. Oh, I know he's feeling that one. I want to pick this up, and yet I want to live. Is this high rank? Yes. If I brought max potions, it would have been fine. So if you're wondering why I got hit by the first attack there, I really thought it was not an attack at all. I thought he was just repositioning. Because sometimes when monsters run, it's not an attack. Other times it is. And the difference is, I guess, just like, you're supposed to know. I don't know. It didn't visually feel like that was an attack. The tail slap afterwards absolutely did. But I mean, like, that was off of the stun that I got hit by that. So obviously feels a little bit different when that happens. Well, I don't want to end stream on a loss, but also I really don't want to keep going. What to do? It's rough. It doesn't feel good to have to end like this. I don't know. Let me see what the notification on my phone was. Okay, I'm good. Hold on, let me check my email real quick. Specifically the one I signed the lease on. Yeah, I wish they'd just say something. Is this the first fail ever? It was the first fail ever, and it's because I didn't bring anything with me. Yeah. It's looking... I don't have any emails from them currently. Give me 1 second. I'm looking up my apartment on my email. Notification. That's just saying that if you're late on your payment, they'll make it cost more. I kind of agreed with that from the start. That's kind of why I signed the lease. Yeah, that was the first ever quest we have failed. No, we failed Agnactor last stream, but that was because I killed him, not because I like carted 3 times. That was the first triple cart, and it was to Zinogre, but only because I didn't bring any max potions with me. And because I'm at -5 Thunder Resist, so everything he does hits like a fucking truck, man. Like, he fucks us up if he ever hits us. But I'm not going to be doing anything to change that. I mean, it's not that bad, though, because we're about to get the ability from him to upgrade our Usurper's Downfall. All we need is 3 Shockers and 2 Carapace. We already have the plate, luckily, because that would be the hardest part to get normally. Shockers, on the other hand, let me check how you get those. Shocker, MHGU. Okay, yeah. That is from... It's just a pretty common carve. Okay. And then capturing him also has a pretty good chance of giving it. Okay. That's not bad at all, then. Yeah, because it's used to make the Usurper's Downpour, which is then used... Yeah, you can make it all the way up to the Oppressor's one, which is still pretty good. Poor Esso, where it's rough. It doesn't feel right. Which also, I hate inconveniencing people. I never want to inconvenience anybody. I think I'm too much of a people pleaser. I'd hate to use my time on this earth to make somebody else's time more miserable. I can't imagine or fathom wanting to do that. So I feel really bad if I'm making them feel off by me just talking too loud. Because I know everybody has limited time, right? Like, everyone has limited free time, and I don't want to be a stressor in anybody's free time ever. I feel really bad if I ever do that, right? Like, I feel like almost physically sick if I'm using my free time to make your free time worse. Now, I know on stream I'll sometimes act like, you know, like the earlier one. We're gonna do it again, by the way. No, I shouldn't. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know what I should do right now. I'm feeling a little bit... It's the first time I've ever felt, like, conflicted or lost on stream. I'm normally so in control. This isn't right. Hold on. Cock. All right, I'm back. You should talk to them and find out if it's okay. What I'm gonna do actually instead is I have more noise canceling foam that I can put up all around the room. After stream today and over the weekend, I'm going to work on finally setting up the rest of it because I've got half my room soundproofed, and I'm wondering if it just makes the half that's connected to the shared wall even louder for them to hear right now because of the way that the sound is bouncing in here. And I don't think that that's the case, but it might be the case, so I think that's what I'm going to do over the weekend is set up the rest of the foam because it wasn't ever an issue before, but now it seems like people actually are hearing me, or at least that's the perceived way that I'm having it happen. Because it seems like every time that's not how soundproofing should work. I agree, but like I already have the panels, so I might as well put them up. The only reason I haven't put up the panels yet is because these are foam panels that I need to wash in my sink, then dry off in my dryer in order to get them fully puffed up because they were vacuum sealed when they came in. So once I get that up, it should be fine. I don't know. Look, it's tumultuous. It's a little bit tumultuous. Ignore that Elgato no single, because now you can't even see it. See? My big-ass head covers it perfectly. And the only reason I have such a large head, as you might know, is I have a huge brain. But thank you guys so much for coming out. Again, I'm sorry it was a little bit quieter, a little bit lower energy, a little bit all that kind of stuff. I'm still testing the waters to see how much I can get away with before I get kicked out of my apartment. But thank you guys so much for coming out. I had a great time streaming. I hope you had a great time watching. And I'll be back, hopefully on Saturday, to do either the start of our next long play, which will be 100-line Last Defense Academy, or Slay the Princess. But I don't have Slay the Princess installed, so I would count on it being the start of 100-line Last Defense Academy. I think it should be okay to start our playthrough now, because most people who have wanted to play the game will at least have the first 3, 4, 5 hours of the game done. So when I start it on Saturday, we should be good to go, like the entire prologue and maybe chapter 1. We'll see. I don't really know how it's going to be scheduled. I'm basing it off of how Danganronpa is scheduled because it's made by Kodaka, and Kodaka, I assume, makes a Kodaka style game when he makes something. But anyways, see ya. Yeah, sorry, it was a little bit lower energy. I really do try to be more up and positive, but I got stressed the fuck out, and then Yeah, you know how it is. I'll see you.